And we are live.
All right. What is up, beautiful people? It's Wolf Brother Mythos Kush Renata from the channel Frost and Fists.
And I am Fist.
He is definitely the fist tonight.
I am fisting.
And have we got an Imperial Fisting tonight?
Woo!
It's the show that we've been on all year. Demonetized. Anyways, it is so good to see you guys. Already, we got some amazing people in the chat. We've got Roxas, we've got Thomas, we've got Archer, we've got Inquisitor Zane. So we've got some awesome peeps in the chat already, and more.
What's up, guys?
But appreciate it. So there's a lot of interesting chat going on, including the need to ingest Elst Nation's beard hair. Archer and I were talking earlier today, and we think that we might need to get on board Zane's idea because, well, you'll see the pics, Freak. I mean, it's insane. We need that power, especially with this
great
night
power comes great responsibility when it comes to the beard hair.
Roxas, welcome back from Korea, my brother. And they say it is fisting time. And I know you are excited for the fisting, Freak.
Yes, I am. I'm super
monetized. It's good to see you guys tonight. Guys, it's been another one of those really crazy weeks, and I just couldn't wait for the Friday night hangout. But, all the stress seems to melt away when I'm hanging with good people on a Friday night.
This right here does it. See, this right here, man. This is woosah for me.
This is the woosah.
This is the woosah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Speaking of woosah, Freak, we talk all the time about hobby is therapy. So what'd you do this week, my man? What you got for a poke chop?
I am finally finished. I did it.
You did it.
Did it. Hold on. Let me see if I can grab one of these. I kind of got away with the terrain portion of it, with the basing. But me, go big, go home, right? So
that's how we do, baby.
Yeah. So here's the one guy, and let me turn on this light here so we can get a little more. Oh no, turn it back on. There we go. This should be able to have a little better. You can kind of see him.
I don't know. I felt like the color's red a little bit better when you switched it off for a second.
Oh, really?
There.
Let's try this here.
Yeah, it doesn't look as washed out.
Oh, right on. Okay, so anyway, so this one came out pretty good. I liked it. So, yeah, I can see underbelly, nice and like a lighter coat, and it's a definite gray wolf. Thunder wolf. I liked it. I did the eyes. The eyes turned out pretty cool. Now this guy, I kind of did a little something here. He had a jumping pose. So you know what? I am going to have him jump over something. So yeah, that's what I did.
That's so cool.
Yeah, this cat is jumping over a huge log, and I didn't pitch this one. Okay, sorry.
Love the jumping over the log motion.
Yeah.
I love the way he's got the hammer like just ready to strike.
Yeah.
He's whipped it over his head, ready to crack a skull.
Right?
That's awesome.
Yeah, so this one turned out to be pretty freaking sweet. So, and of course, I got the other one, but he's a little derpy in the face, so we'll let him stay there.
Wow, he doesn't even get to come on the live stream.
I mean, he's got a great. I'll get him. Derpy.
What'd you call him? You called him Stan the Derp or something like that?
Yeah, the derpy.
Huh? Derpy Stan.
Derpy Stan. So he's got a cool, he's got a cool ride. Of course, we don't discriminate.
That's the one that you said had your favorite wolf, right?
Yes, we don't discriminate. Derpy or not, we make sure that we're equal opportunity. So, it's okay. So Stan got the really cool, wolf tail and, and then you can see he's got on a very nice ride there and decent, but yeah, Derpy did okay.
Wow, Zane. Wow. Anyways.
What?
So anyways, So once we started, and I was mentioning what's going on in the show tonight, Archer says he wants to turn the new Imperial Fist character into an Iron Warrior. A little heresy for you early in the night.
Already? What the heck?
Zane said, I heard if you eat Elstadation's hair, you instantly gain a full beard, and the beard also has all the powers.
I think so.
Roxa says, I need an adult. I am the adult.
There are no adults here.
And that's exactly what Zane says. No adults here. We're all children here.
Indeed.
Children of the Fist. He also proposed an alternative nickname that I am not going to read out here because, wow, already in the show. X-Gear Commander, good to see you, my man.
No adults, just debauchery.
There's debauchery here. The purples on those riders are pretty boss freak in your shadows. The purple on the shadows.
Thank you.
Looks pretty boss. That's awesome. I love that darker color scheme too. That looks amazing.
And that's another point. I wanted to make sure that, and you guys, I've been showing them off, for the last 4 weeks since I've been working on them. That I didn't want to make them Easter eggish, but I definitely wanted them light enough to where you can tell they're not, ultra. So anyway, I like how they turned out.
We do love you, Jay. We just can't read some of your comments out loud. What's up with the trolls on YouTube recently? I know. Freak, I think I was telling you about the live stream with our brother D the other night, but I forgot to mention that some troll came into the chat and started talking about how they just wanted to have sex with Lady Dragon and stuff like that. It was crazy. It was like instantly disrespectful. So yeah, we've had some crazy trolls on YouTube lately.
Is that right?
There's like our chat, which is composed of lovable trolls.
Right. But you're talking about somebody else?
Like the straight up disrespectful.
Really? Like, do you really have tools?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Big D gave Raceland, or had Raceland start, banhammering.
You didn't tell me that.
Or removing
there's a level of banter that goes on with our guys. It's like our trolls are, like you said, our lovable trolls, and they'll troll out of love, and
right. It's all like harmless stuff, right? Though, about how many licks on the paintbrush, and
right.
Is that a bike?
Right, but I mean, to cross that line, I mean, honestly, I'm surprised the guys didn't shred them, because typically they'll shred trolls. So maybe you guys can do that next time you see somebody trolling like jackasses. Just rip them, shred them, get them out of there.
Yeah, and of course, part of us having such a great community, though.
Yeah,
like some of the other people in the live chat immediately jumped in and
right on. Good. Yeah, I did not know that. Yeah, you don't need that crap, man.
Yeah, just straight up, disrespectful.
Big D and Lady Dragon, just really good people, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, that's crazy. Well, I'm glad that they got rid of them.
So, anyways, back to the positive stuff.
So yeah, I'm excited about my Space Wolves, man. And so my next project, since anyway, I'm thinking of going with God, what the heck was my Centurions? I can't remember this time. I'm gonna do my Centurions and Imperial Fists. I love how the Imperial Fist Centurions look. They look so crazy, but man, I can't wait to do those up. So.
Sweet. Do you know what you're going to do for your fist next?
What do you mean? Like what I'm going to paint?
Yeah, what model? I know you were talking about a few different options last time you and I talked.
I just said it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was also reading the chat. My bad.
I did say it right, did I? I am not going crazy. Now I forgot what they were called.
We're professionals on the show, guys.
Why? Guys, my what? Come on, kid. See, this is what you do to me, man. You kill me. But Centurions. Centurions, Mythos. Centurions. You hear me? Centurions. Yep. Doing Centurions, Mythos. I'm going to give him fisting love.
Anyways, so I know that's rude. I instantly wasn't listening. But no, that's awesome. I actually am sending my box of Centurions over to, of course, the Nerd Life. By the way, you can see the Nerd Life for all of your assembly, painting commission, freehand needs. He's also got other artwork he can do for you too. Hit him up, and he's about to get back into tattooing.
Ooh. Very nice.
So very cool stuff. Now, you have a little behind the scenes vid you plan on shooting this weekend for another hobby update, right? Something big has changed in your life this week.
My underwear. I mean, no.
Jordan's over on Patreon for that video.
we did make a statement that, we have worked at Chippendales on the side. So just anyway, no, got a really cool deal. So this room that I'm in, our nerd room, my nerd room here, this little studio, will be the new baby room. So basically my youngest daughter had a baby, gorgeous little girl. And they're going to be with us for a little while until they can save up to move out and they can go. But I'm really excited because, well, let me back up. So she needs a place of her own. She needs her own little room, right? Someplace she can sit, play by herself, give her a little her time, and have her room. Well, then where would that leave me? We were thinking of maybe closing out the garage. That would have cost a lot of money, because we have to HVAC it, and then we thought about, well, maybe putting something out in the back. I mean, it's already crowded in my backyard, so not much room there. So I decided, you know what? We're just going to close off my dining room, and I'm going to move all my stuff there. I'm going to set up a studio. I got a lot more space there. Super stoked, man. So they finished it. They already got it walled up. They've sealed the pathway from the dining room to the kitchen. All that's walled up. I got French doors already up, man. It looks gorgeous. I'm just going to paint it. I'm going to paint like a dark gray, and it's just going to look super, super nice. And it is actually very well insulated. You can't hear anything in that room from outside anywhere else in the house. So I'm going to have a TV that I'm going to set up. I already got the little TV. It's about 30-inch, something nice. So I can constantly have YouTube, running in the background. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be really cool. But I can set my studio gear and my painting station. Super stoked, man. But yeah, I'm gonna show some of that stuff. We're gonna put that on the Patreon page of the before and after. And man, I'm super, super happy. I get all that room. And by the way, it's big enough that we can actually put a full-size game table in that room, so we can actually play without having to tear down or set up every time. So
you know what that means? Battle reports, baby.
Right? Not wasting 2 hours setting the darn thing up. So, so super happy, super stoked. Gonna have track lights, man. Track lighting is gonna be so good. James Meeks, what's up? Yeah, man.
James Meeks, my man. Good to see you.
Yeah, so I'm gonna post that. It's gonna be really cool.
And Archer made a great point. I think that's going to be the better option for you anyways, because like he said, sealing, climate controlling, insulating, all that special weather treatment you have to do to get a garage into the same kind of quality of life as the inside of your house is really expensive. And if you don't, of course, we all know, especially here in Texas, the humidity and all the heat and stuff like that's just going to melt and destroy your models, especially if you got some of that resin, and you and I like to do the Forge World models.
Yep.
I'll never forget the time that Texas destroyed my gosh, what's his name? Why am I blanking on this?
Because you're being around me too much.
I called him R-Jack. He is my
a
Wolf Lord Dazrock.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it was just so sad. His little hammer wilted over. It just reminded me of
strong hand
of the Three Musketeers from Disney. You know, my sword, it is bent. It's just very sad looking.
Grab onto my strong hand.
His beard kind of ran down a little bit, so it looked like he had a Spaniard goatee. You know, it's just, ugh. Yeah, I'm pretty jealous of the new studio / nerd cave as well. That's going to be pretty epic. Although I have to say, I like my little corner here, but just the whole conversion that you're doing over there, Freak, looks great.
Yeah, man, definitely.
And Archer gives his congrats, dude.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man.
James Meek, my man, we're going over what's up with us, but you tell us what's up with you. And by the way, is your sword bent up or down?
Up, very much.
Mine is bent slightly to the left.
Fine.
In case anyone's curious.
Me too. Mainly because I'm a lefty. Wait.
Also, Archer.
What?
Now, see, that's weird. I'm a righty. Oh no, never mind. Because the left hand is. Anyways. Anyway.
Who's left-handed? Hand check. Archer, you left-handed? $50 says he's left-handed. He's a technician.
Anyways.
Watch. Go ahead.
James Meek is driving. Roxas says, I see a shiny. I too am a right-hander, but sometimes the left is the less familiar touch. Anyways. And Zane says he's straight. He's just very flexible. Anyways, we are too far off course. Demonetized. We are too far off course. All right. So for me, this week, first of all, somewhere in my week, I don't even remember what day it is, your Wolf brother rolled some serious ones. So I was halfway through filming a tutorial, right? And then I looked up and noticed that at some point the camera had an error on my little Samsung. Stopped recording, right? And I looked up and I went to fix it, and you clumsy ass Wolf brother knocked the camera over, which I was doing a resin pour, knocked the model that I was doing the resin pour off of. Next thing you know, I've got resin all over my desk, water effect all over my desk. I'm damn. I guess it's a minor 6 that I didn't ruin the model. Just, oh man, when your resin pour goes bad. And then of course the screwed up thing is you can't even, son of a bitch, you can't even fix it. You can't even fix it until the water effect finishes drying. So I was in the middle of a tutorial for our Patreons. Guys, if you are part of our Patreon page, and I promised you a tutorial earlier this week, this GIF he's got on the screen right now happened to me earlier. I am gonna get that tutorial out to you guys, but you can't fix a resin pour until it's completely dried, and you can start again. So yeah, I mean, because to do a tutorial, you got to paint around the camera, right? And so you're kind of like making this motion, like a little, like when kids are doing the basketball motion, and you throw the ball and they're making the hoop, right? And so I've got your arms around the camera trying to do the tutorial. And so then I saw the little red light going error here in my face. And I'm like, oh shit. And I went to reach for it and to just move the tripod over just slightly. Camera fell over, fell onto the base, knocked the base over, resin everywhere. Son of a... Then my wife got upset with me for my language. It was good times.
Yeah, good stuff.
So that tutorial is still coming. I just I had to wait it out. What was funny is we were talking about that earlier today. We need to make that a gift for the channel. We really do. And I was like, but we're talking about Imperial Fists and Salamanders today. There's not even a reason for us to get salty. I completely forgot about screwing up the tutorial earlier this week. There will be the tutorial, guys. I am going to bring it to Patreon. You guys know how we do. 6 weeks after it goes to Patreon, we'll bring it over to the channel.
Sorry.
But yeah. Okay, so no wonder you raged so hard the other night. I would have at that point too. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that was almost a table flip, except my table that I record on is my desk that also has about $200 of other miniatures on it right now. Got my Contemptor, my Stormfang. It's got one of my Cerastus Knights. So it's got a whole bunch of stuff. But yeah, it was almost a table flip. Oh man, I was so mad. I was telling the guys in our chat, and this is just a little insight to how broken your wolf brother is. You guys see the happy personality online, but I was like, man, it was one of those days that I really just wanted to just punch myself in the face. But it's like, and whenever I say that, people are like, why would you want to punch yourself in the face? I'm like, well, sometimes you just want to punch a mother trucker in the face that, screwed you over. And in this case, I'm the mother trucker that screwed me over. So, yeah, but it was definitely interesting. I'm like mid-tutorial meltdown. And then on top of that, I went back and looked at the camera footage, and I lost a lot of footage. Like, this is how we're going to do this. And I like the painting part is done. And then before I moved on to the all the stuff having to do with the resin, all the resin parts are lost in the tutorial. Like, yeah. I'm tired of having to comfort myself. I can go the other way. Interesting. Oh, okay, because he's too thick. Gotcha. We're back to the bent sword conversation.
We went full circle, didn't we?
Anyways, so yeah, that's how that was the low point of my week hobby wise. The high point though was I finished up the con. We talk about it all the time how basing could just really set off a model, right? And when it was done, I was like, okay, it looks okay. And then I got in the decorative bits. You guys saw me post up on Instagram and whatnot, getting the extra decorative bits like the spears, the shields, all that good stuff. I just wanted to add some extra, like this isn't just a biker. This is my warlord kind of flavor, And so I got in the extra bits and put it on. I'm like, okay, it's looking a little more like my warlord. And then I did the basing, and I've got some of that skull sticking out of the desert kind of vibe going on here. And normally I would have painted a lot more detail on these skulls and had it color transitioning from like beige to off-white, but I wanted to go for a stark contrast. And if I went too beigey, it would have blended in a little bit too much with the desert sand, I felt like. So I went mostly black and white, and then I let whatever toning happen come from the weathering dust. So I think it came out pretty well. My favorite things is I feel like this might be, let me click on over to my other view. I feel like this might be one of my best power sword fades I've ever done.
Man. Yeah, definitely looks great.
Really, really am pleased with that because it's so dark, almost black at the bottom, and then all the way to the very white.
You did a great job of the transition, man. Looks awesome.
Thank you, brother. And I just really love the extra detail, and I also love that this looks natural. You can't even tell that the guns up front here are actually two separate scout bolters. Mm-hmm. It looks pretty uniform, one piece.
Good conversion.
And then the other thing I really love is the face, which you're not going to be able to see in any detail. Yeah, just as I suspected. But the face is one of the best faces I've ever done. And I feel like I did a pretty good job nailing the Asian kind of skin tone. So,
I made that comment. I even said when I saw it, it's like, dude, you got the skin tone looking kind of Asian-y there, man. Is that a word? But I mean, it's like, wow, that looks really good. So.
And I got a lot of positive comments in the showcase about the face and the skin tone. So I was really pleased with that. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate all the kind words. So I had a really low point, but then I had a really proud part of my hobby week.
I can say that I'm Asian.
I think I finished up my Frosted Fist Rule 34 album. Archer says your Kano bike looks great. I really appreciate that, my brother. Maybe featuring the best licks and fists model by the way. That's racist. You can't say that. Hey, I'm Asian, so it's not racist. You know.
I think he's talking about me.
Oh.
Every now and then I'll claim I'm Asian.
So that those have been the two biggest things. I
have the two biggest things.
No, I think that I did that last weekend. Last weekend after the show, I think either Friday night or Saturday night. Little quick update.
Yeah.
Last Cannon Glow.
That is sexy.
The Last Cannon Glow came out well in the afterburners. And then, not that anyone's really ever going to look at the bottom, but you know,
I will.
all the little little hover burner things. Technical term, guys. Oh yeah, I still need to paint the missiles. And then I had to do some heat treatment. Freaks. By the way, I know last week we said we'd put up some pictures on Patreon of our paint and hangout on of when Freak came over. Unfortunately, both of us got kind of
Wi-Fi girl.
Wi-Fi girl is the right word for it. But so we weren't able to get in the hangout time. But I did find. I'm glad. I wanted to find my canopy before he got here, so that way, it would be ready to go. And because I didn't know where it was, and I was telling him, I was like, "Man, I hope I even know where my jet canopy is." But I found it, and it was at the bottom of the box that I used to transport my models here from the farm.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, the package, the little Forge World box, was underneath my other boxes of models. And the canopy itself was kind of squished, a little flat. So you have the windows here, and the windows spread out like wings over here. It was pretty crazy. So, they were not fitting. So I did the resin trick, actually, and I kept using some tweezers to dip it in some boiling water and then kind of use my fingers to bend it out. It's not a perfect fit. I feel like there are going to be some gaps when I finally do super glue it down, which I think is going to stand out even more once it's painted, unfortunately. But I mean, it's not a lot I can do about that. You know, I did leave it at the bottom of the box, and it did get a little squished. So a little bit of gap is going to have to be what I'm okay with, and I'm just going to have to hope that the nice paint job I've done around it will make up for it.
Dane's triggered, by the way, so just want to let you know.
What did we do now? I'm a thick white man from Cali, and I'm triggered on behalf of Asian. You can't say that around to California. I need my effing safe space. My weed. Mark, are you triggered too? It's the right answer. Nah, I'm from Texas, man. Yeah, I just don't give it. There's a Texas answer.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, so some progress on the Xiphon, some progress on the con, and then so I know I'm building an army all wrong, by the way. I've got one HQ, one bike squad, and instead of doing something that might give me a detachment like more fast attacks for an outrider or one troops choice for a patrol, I decided, what the hell? Let me build a flyer, a Xiphon interceptor, you know. And then on top of that, for the number of relic units, you have to have at least one non-relic unit for each one.
Right.
So functionally, you know, I'm screwed, but I'm just painting up what looks cool right now. I should do something like a troops choice next or something for the scars. But before I do that, I am going to go back to the Tau, because I want to make sure I'm alternating. You know, it keeps me from losing my mind and just painting the same thing all the time. So especially white armor paint jobs. You know, they take a lot of focus. Wow, freak. Wow.
It's a quote.
Wow.
It's a movie reference.
I just want everybody to know I'm posting from the Mythos Kushranada screen name right now. I just Mike comes in and says, "What the hell did I come to?"
don't look.
I don't
You
even
don't
know.
ask questions, man. You just
Don't even know.
don't even look anybody in the eye.
So-
It's just
I'm going to go back to the towel because, you know, like I said, I want to alternate between doing white scars and doing anything else, honestly, because, you know, like I said, white scars take a lot of focus for me to paint, right? And I don't want to just go crazy trying, because it is a tough paint job. On top of that, though, for some reason, I had it in my head that my brother Roxas was going to be out of in Korea for a month, and he was not. He's back. By the way, I'm glad you made it back safely, brother.
welcome back, man.
He's not. He is back already. And I'm like, wow, that went faster than I thought. I need to get back on these towels. I don't have money for a punching bag. That's random. That's okay. You can do. Oh man. Oh.
So wrong.
I don't condone what's going on here. I feel the need to move the towel.
Sorry, it's so stupid. I'm sorry. No, we do not condone. No, matter of fact, let's strike that order.
Anyways,
I'm sorry.
this goes back to like last week when the chat was like, look at Mythos trying desperately to pull the chat back on track. Y'all need Roxas. Are you honestly a certified Christian that you all need Jesus? Roxas, go back and do that right.
This is good. Oh
F.
my
Griffin,
god.
message courtesy of the Frosted Fist. No.
Whoa.
No, Zane. No.
No.
We're gonna go back to Dragon Age, one of the role plays that we did in our group. Y'all need the maker.
Oh my gosh.
There we go. Y'all
Thank
need
you.
Thank you, Roxas.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing us back. Bring it back.
All right. Anyways.
Oh my gosh, I think I'm having an asthma attack.
So, I think that's it. I think that's everything we got accomplished last week. So, like I said, the paint and hangout did not happen. And
we still got to do that, by the way.
I'm about to say I still need to get with you at some point so I can finish up this interceptor, because the missiles, the basing, and the canopy, I think, are all that's left that needs to be done. A couple of lights here and there, but that'll take me 2 seconds to paint up. I don't agree with this, but Freak was out here just telling us to beat up orphans while chugging Citadel paint and doing drugs. It's all his fault. Wow, Freak. Freak, you got to set an example, Freak.
Well, I mean, Citadel paint is good drink, man. Just saying. But it makes you do things. Not proud of it. Just saying.
I was scared for your life here for a second, Freak.
Exactly. It's non-toxic. And it makes you have creepy dreams.
Anyways. All right, so it's time for us to move on to some art of the week.
Yeah, it's a lot of good stuff. Let's see. Oh my gosh.
Oh, hey, actually, when you start art of the week, could you go to the one of I want to give a shout out to our group's little sister.
Oh yeah. Hang on, give me a second. Let me
Breathe, sucker, breathe.
All right, give me 1 minute. Let me pull it up. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, there we go. This up. And there we go. Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Go.
So last week we talked about Roxas had to leave the chat early because he was on his way to his sister's wedding, and she, like we talked about on the live stream, she had a traditional Korean wedding there in Korea, And man, she looks absolutely gorgeous at her wedding. Her and her husband Sonny they look phenomenal together. So
sweet
that's awesome.
girl, very sweet girl. I mean, she's just good people. Very sharp too. Doggone it.
So really, really big shout out and congratulations to Sonny and Stem. Love them both. That's awesome.
Don't you start crying. I'll do it.
Much love. Much love. No, I'm just kidding. No, but seriously, big congratulations. Big shout out. Much love to both of them. All right, now we're going to go on to the art of the week.
Yep. Let's see here.
Malaga.
What? Is that a Malaga like a war games on there? Art of the week. All right. Oh man, that was rough on the chest.
Absolutely, absolutely. Archer says, awesome traditional wedding attire. Malaga says, hey boys. Inquisitor Zane wants to know how many points is it if he kills you? At least 10, right? I think it's 25 if I cause an asthma attack.
Yeah, you get definitely points for causing an asthma attack. I think you got it because I have a hard time breathing.
Malaga says, I couldn't sleep and saw you on stream. I'm sorry you were having trouble sleeping, my brother, but...
Well, at least you're here. Listen to this craziness.
Welcome to the chat, my man.
You may actually lose IQ points, though. Just warning.
I mean, or judging by some of the things that have been said in this chat tonight, you may also receive an FBI investigation.
Yeah, or triggered. One of the two. Just, yeah, I think. Good try.
But I'm going to try again with the bed. Man, if you go back to sleep, man, I hope you sleep well.
Absolutely, man. Sleep
we got some stuff from... he says, haha, true. No, definitely you may get some CIA inspectors. We've actually had the CIA on the show before, though. Great guys. I will replace Freak, and Mark will take care of Mythos. That's Operation Drum.
That's what it is. Yeah, that's their...
I was expecting something sexier. Anyway, Big D, always, he posts up some awesome stuff on Instagram, and friend of the show, usually here in the chat with us, and he shared some stuff that I wanted to make sure that we showcased, gave a big shout out. You can see his screen name there, Deal Thagar.
Hey, what you say about my mama?
Thagar. But anyways, go check him out on the Instagrams. Adrian Drake also on the Instagrams. It's 4:00 in Spain. That is absolutely the middle of the night. No worse IQ loss than an hour of airbrush usage in an enclosed space. That's fair. That's fair. But yeah, check this out. Look how real does that eyeball look and all that green. Okay, so Freak, I'm sure you probably know. But with Chaos, their rhinos aren't piloted by drivers. They're piloted by demon spirits.
Right.
And with some of them, especially Nurgle, they have flesh changes where they start growing a demon inside the vehicles.
That is so crazy.
So in here, he just chose to represent that flesh change and growth by having some gross-looking Nurgle-y flesh grow inside the rhino and on top of the rhino.
You notice that the what do you call it? The instrument cluster is all painted up too.
Oh yeah. Jesus, I have to show you. Will you cut back to us for a second?
Yeah. Hang on.
So Freak made such a big deal when we were starting out the channel about how he absolutely had to paint the inside control panel, where most rhinos, they glue the doors, right? And so most rhinos aren't painted on the inside where the control panel is. And so he did right away, and he just really, really just hardcore went on forever about how incomplete a model without its painted control panel is. And they did the same thing about his Land Speeder Storm, and after that, his some of his other models. Now, I've told you that I'm painting this canopy, right? This one right here. This will be painted, and so no one will ever see the inside of my jet fighter. But because of Freak, cannot get this dude out of my head, that is a fully painted interior of the jet. Every button, every control, every screen, every radar, I even gave the pilot cushy leather seats. Everything on the inside of this damn jet is painted, and no one will ever see it. You know why? Because I couldn't get freak out of my head saying, I mean, it's not a complete model if you don't paint the control panels. And I was like, yeah, but I'm going to paint the canopy. Nobody can see it. You know, it's not a complete model if nobody ever. God. So, yep.
Although I have been thinking about a possible solution. I'd like to try it on something else, like maybe a cellophane bag or something. But I'm thinking maybe putting a wash in the airbrush and have a tint instead, and you can still do your white. What do you call it? The actual white of the reflection. So I'm gonna try to practice that, see how it turns out. But that's something that may actually, you'll be able to see the inside of the canopy. Then
It's a good idea, but I just want the aesthetic of everything painted on the model.
Oh, right.
That makes sense.
Yeah. That's cool.
There actually is a really, really nice that's mostly white with just a touch of blue from Carangula Sicilis on his iPhone Interceptor that I kind of want to steal. So, yeah. I am not reading that new operation that they're on.
They changed to different operation?
Yep, it is no longer drum titties. In fact, I'm surprised, especially since the censors have it out for Zane. I'm surprised he got that one through. Thank you, Mike, my man. Archer said, "Try hard." You're right. It is definitely me doing the most. I have actually, because I actually am really pleased with the way the inside of it looks, I've been considering, I'm like, would tiny magnet fit here so I could magnetize this? I can't find anywhere to magnetize though. Like the seal around the canopy is just too small.
It's just stupid.
So anyways, okay, back to art of the week. My bad for interrupting. It's just when you showed me the fact that Big D painted the control panel, I was like, oh yeah, I need to go on this tangent because we got it stuck in my head.
Okay.
Are you ready for what comes next? Do you have the scuba gear?
Jeez.
It's times like these where I'm afraid to ask.
Look like what are these Devastators? Or these are
I don't know. It hasn't updated in the chat for me.
hold on. Oh, I'm sorry. Jeez.
Or you're not screen sharing. I
No,
guess.
oops. Sorry.
We just sit here waiting on each other.
Where is it? I don't know, man. I'm looking at it now.
These are eliminators. They are the new heavy support snipers from Shadowspear.
Oh.
And these are for a Space Wolf, so you can see he's gone with a snowy camo kind of look.
That's cool.
Looks great.
And had some serious night love in there. Sorry, that was the gumbo.
Are his completed nights that he's been working on, and you can't really see from the picture quality here, but we were able to see on his live stream on Tuesday. That is a really cool. He did kind of like you did with the Hot Rod Freak, with a really shiny, the candy apple kind of coat on the on his nights.
Yep.
Looks really good. It's like a dark blue and a candy apple red. Oh, that's awesome. Archer used to be a licensed dive instructor and guide a few years ago.
I did not know that. What the heck? Pretty cool. Okay. This is so cool because I've actually seen his tutorial doing these crystals.
Yep.
Really neat. That's such a cool looking terrain. Dang it, they did a great job.
Yeah, they really did do a great job with the terrain there.
You know,
So,
I got to go to Home Depot to get paint for my nerd room. I might get some foam so I can start doing stuff like this. That's so cool.
that would be really cool. Apparently, this is Lady D's first attempt at doing a diorama too.
Really?
Her first big terrain and diorama setup.
She killed it. She killed it. That looks great.
I'm excited to see it with all the models and stuff on there.
All right, I'm curious about this one because this is not even. This is like it's something that they put together.
One of the things I decided to start throwing on in here is because you guys know I like to do a lot of third-party bits and stuff like that to really do some conversions. I blame Thomas that I've really got so into conversions. That's a Hell Works by Hellchild there. Upcoming channel. But so he's kind of been the he and Brother Richard from the Nerd Life, Archer, all have been really big influences on me going more and more conversion heavy over the last year. So I love taking a look at some of these third-party companies because you can get some pretty epic stand-ins and conversions. And I already have bought from WRTL before. You may have seen on the channel. I don't think I ever did it in a showcase. My AdMech have a Tech Priest engine seer, and I got it from here. It's a female engine seer, and it's very cool looking. Good quality model, a little more fragile than most resin models, but really good quality stuff. And I think, I've mentioned to you before that the reason I was working on a conversion for my, God, what are they called?
Wolves?
Battle servitors.
Right.
You know, I was doing the miniature Imperial Knights conversion, and then the parts didn't line up and stuff like that. The scale.
Oh, yeah. Is that where you got them from? I didn't realize that.
No, those were actually Titanicus and Titanicus models, and then the actual heavy or the battle servitor models kit batched together, and it just didn't work out. And they're still shelved for a project, but these are great stand-in models for that. And like I said, I really love getting some of these alternative sculpts and some of these third-party bits and stuff like that, because you really get something custom looking. It's not the same as everybody else's. And these, if they come with the weapon options I want to use, might make some pretty good. Of course, I won't be able to take them to any, GW store.
Right, it can't be official.
Friendlies, especially in somebody's brand new nerd room that's getting a full size play. Woo!
Yeah.
It'd be awesome to have these stand-in and battle servitors. So
nice.
It'd be awesome. You just got the tech piece because it had wiggly flesh milk balloons hanging off the front of it. No, I didn't get that one. This one is fully clothed and fully armored. Okay. So then I saw, there's a lot of people doing it, but I saw for the Emperor, a little play on words there. She did her top models of the year, and a lot of her work was good, but I'm going to be honest with you, I was clicking on it because at first I think pictures number 1 and 2 are the Wolfkin of Russ, and I was like, ooh, Space Wolves. But then it moved on to Sisters of Battle, and I'm just like, you know what? She's going to be a showcase in Art of the Week.
I really like the pastel look, dude. I'm glad that they went with she went with the lighter pastel colors. That just looks for the wings, and I don't know, man. It just looks
the pastel and the purple there really give it more of that angelic look. Because I think when we think of angels, we tend to think of white everywhere, right? White feathered wings, white robes. We tend to think a lot of that, and I think the really muted colors with a lot of the white coming through like that really help pull off that angelic look.
Yeah, gorgeous gradients on there.
Archer, I got to agree with you. Artel's Striking Scorpion Exart looks amazing. Artel W really makes some awesome Councess models. I agree. And their Eldar stuff is freaking amazing. I also agree.
Man, this looks great.
We're on contingency on that operation that I can't read out loud, and Operation Freaky Standby.
Oh, what? For me to die? Is that right?
I love Raven Guard Dark Fury. They always make amazing looking models.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to be talking about that here in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
That is such a cool looking Raven Guard.
Oh, wow. That is great.
Mythos, join the Kit Bash path. We don't use the cookies, we eat them. And you got me hooked, man. You've seen my Wolf Lord is super bits converted. My Khan is super bits converted. I'm hooked. I got to make stuff look unique. Check out. I love the way that blue, that turquoise or teal kind of blue play off the pinks and the purples. And then you got the orange hair that really stands out. This is a really, really great Emperor's Children Noise Marine.
Yeah, it is.
That looks like someone barfed neon all over it. I know, it's straight out of the 80s. That's how we looked in the 80s, is everything neon barfed on everything. That's more of the Dark Furies together. Very cool. Such a great looking unit. Love their custom jump packs. Love their custom talons. I mean, they just look so cool all around. Pete the Wargamer did a sick converting Raven Guard vid today. Cool. Mike, if you'll put that in the group chat for me at some point, I'd like to see that. You'll link it or whatever. Or Archer, since you watched it earlier today. Those are some amazing looking wolves. And albino white wolves are hard to pull off and still be able to clearly see all the details on the hairs and stuff like that. This person, Emma DeVere, really did an amazing job because you can see every hair popped out, right? Mm-hmm. It doesn't look like a monochromatic. I mean, it is a white wolf, albino looking, but it's not just monochromatic where it's all bleached out and you can't see the individual strands of hair and whatnot. Yeah, I can paint better than that. What up, Brian? Good to see you, my man. Man, I really want some Reavers, but I hate that they're elite choices. For what they do on the battlefield, I was really expecting them to be troops choices. Mm. That right there, I love dual wielding swords on anything. So this is such a cool conversion to me. And the fact that it's on a Raven Guard who looks like he's about to pounce on somebody is just very cool.
This is
pulled barbecue chicken. That is what's for dinner.
Oh,
that sounds delicious. I'll take a plate, my friend.
Man, so not doing taco night.
Unless they're pulled chicken tacos.
This is what this is what I had tonight, guys. That's right.
I was wondering about that when you put it up. Did you just grab that, send that to yourself for when Brian showed up with his food?
Yes. Yes. That, ladies and gentlemen, is...
Dude, that is so good to hear. Brother Steve from Who Took My Dice Miniature Wargaming is watching while painting.
Wow. Oh, shit. Very nice.
I meant to be prepared for the show tonight.
But this is chicken, sausage, and shrimp gumbo. Yeah. Some okra. Oh. Yep. That happened. So good. Anyway, going back.
When you linked that in chat earlier, I was like, is he saving that for when Brian shows up? I was not disappointed.
Oh, man, neither was I. It was delicious. My neighbor actually came over to come take a look at the work that they did on the new studio. And my wife's like, hey, you want some gumbo? Oh, okay, sure. Oh, my gosh, this is amazing. Yeah, freaking awesome.
So when you come over tomorrow, you're bringing a to-go bowl for your brother, right?
What?
By the way, another shout-out. Tomorrow is my baby girl's birthday.
That's right.
She thinks she's turning 9 tomorrow, but she's going to be turning 8 again. Not allowed to go past that.
You told her she wasn't allowed to go past 3.
That's Talented, Zane. That's very talented. I'm skipping over that.
Oh, man.
Also, Thomas says, "What up, Canadian?" You can't say that.
These guys are just wrong.
You started the wrongness tonight.
Wait, who? Me?
You.
Why? What did I do? 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 Just because I said I'm Asian? What?
No.
Oh.
No.
What? You said no.
Which is probably what somebody said to those poor orphans you referenced earlier tonight.
Oh, we're back on that, are we? Full circle? Okay, Brian, go back up in the chat and you will see this quote. I hate all the orphans in the whole world. Okay, what is that from? If you know that reference, put it on the
Relying
chat.
on the movie buff to get you out of this hot water, are you?
And so you can imagine, Inquisitor Zane took that, ran with it, like literally jumped on that horse and took off.
Yeah, I think that was still wrong before Zane ran with it. I mean, it didn't get better.
No. Anyway, so yeah, that's where we are, and so now it's been yes,
And that's how we got to the bad timeline.
That's how we get. And all of a sudden now there's this contingency operation going on. Oh.
I could have called him Sexy Canadian. Then it's okay. Wow. Also, that's kind of political. Okay.
All right. Are we going to have to start moderating you, Inquisitor? Jeez. Yes, Nacho. Definitely, Nacho Libre. You're welcome. He's the best. I love it. Fantastic.
I forgot I'm not a moderator on this account because this is my personal account. I'm like, we're going to have to censor that one. And then I realized I can't.
Oh, freaking Zane, I swear. Dang it, Zane. Freaking Zane.
Anyways,
it's
back to Art of the Week.
Done. God. Yeah, you gotta be a little more diplomatic, Zane, please.
I mean, not all the time.
Yeah, but, I'm okay, but you get across the line.
This is our fault, though.
I know.
It's our fault because of the bent sword conversation.
And I'm okay with the bent sword conversation.
I know.
But when we start going into these particular, operations, when you go to operations, yeah, I'm going to squirm a little bit. Like, should I really?
Wow. As much as you, with all of your old school references, Brian, I was not expecting you to make an Insane Clown Posse reference. Insane in the membrane. Insane brain. Okay, move on. Look at pictures.
Move on, pictures.
Back to Art of the Week. So yeah, those were cool wolves.
Oh my God. All right, let's go. Move on. So it looks like we got some jumps, huh? I mean, these are great.
Yeah. I love the pose, although I think that's how the pose comes from Forge World.
Yeah. Those are so cool looking. And honestly, I really think those faces are feminine enough. I really do.
Those, yeah. Those are not from the new set, though. That is from... those are from when... Celestine came out with the Triumvirate back when. Right. The same box that I was peer pressured into buying.
Right. Nothing.
which I'm going to be so stoked when I finally do get to start my sister's army.
Mm-hmm. As will I.
Little Iron Hands action here.
That is really good looking. Awesome. Dun, dun, dun. I liked it.
Can we give them? I would be down for that, Zane. I really would.
What did he say?
Okay.
You go.
Thomas just said that's not Insane Clown Posse, and surely I haven't been wrong about this my entire life.
Hmm.
Now I have to look this up. I have to go to the Google. God.
What are you looking for, Ahigao?
Nope, that's Cypress Hill. I am wrong. Apparently, I've been wrong for about 20 years now. Sort of. Oh, man. I've been wrong my entire life.
Wow.
I have to go home to question my life choices now. Except that I'm already home. Yeah, I just Googled it, Mike. Cypress Hill. All right, so what else we got for Art of the Week, brother?
There's plenty more. So. Art of the Week. Go back. Really awesome Reaver.
All right, stop what you're doing because I'm about to ruin the image and style that you used to. Anyways, I couldn't have tonight's show without some Imperial Fist goodness.
Yeah,
and I was looking at the freehand on this and the face and everything. Now, it is not as shaded as expertly as you usually do with the Fist Freak.
Yeah.
But man, that freehand in that face.
Look, they got me on a freehand. And by the way, look at the freehand on the actual shoulder pad. I'm burning my miniatures as we speak. My brushes are being burnt now. So yeah, there you go.
That's a shame having to burn them the week before release.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, this right here. Thank you. You ruined my life with this. Thank you.
My pleasure.
All right.
Wait, what? This is what happens when there's no emo. He's back tonight, my man. He's back tonight.
Oh yeah.
I'm imagining Brian in Brian's voice saying, "I look funny, but yo, I'm making money." What? I can't even like that face, that voice, and these lyrics do not compute together. Spellcrow. So we talked earlier about my love for conversion bits, and I have bought a ton of Spellcrow over the past couple years to upgrade my wolves, and I absolutely love Spellcrow shit. And check out this new this desert truck here to be used as an orc truck. You guys know that after a gift from my brother Daz, I have been interested in orcs lately. And that they are going to happen on the channel at some point as a side project. And man, wouldn't this make the coolest looking orc truck? I don't know what it is. I think it's because it looks like, to me, anybody ever played the game Twisted Metal? That's the kind of pickup truck this looked like. It's something from Twisted Metal. I love that truck. I need some of that carry, even though I plan on having not that many troops in my orc army. Yeah, I need a truck like that. I'm gonna have to hit up the Spellcrows at some point.
I'm gonna do it. Why not?
All right, on to the next one. By the way, you can get that from Spellcrow Studios, guys.
Okay, guys. Now here is a reason why you should go out and burn all of your paint gear.
Elstonation.
Yep.
The man, the myth, the legend. Guys, it was like Monday or something that Elstonation said, "Guys, I've been bitten by the Night Lord's bug again. I think I'm going to start a Night Lord's army."
Yep, there he is. It's all done.
Here we are.
Yep.
Just earlier today. Look at this.
I think he finished it that Monday night.
Probably.
Yep.
I mean, there still needs some basing, but he's got the colors down and all the GD freehand lightning bolts all over this entire army.
You can almost see the shock waves. You know, yeah. You have to look really hard.
He's got his blues all layered down and highlighted in gorgeous manner.
Man.
He's got the metallics down and an entire army of freehand.
Yep. That's just.
I know, Mike. I know it's not having a lot of troops is not worky, but I really want to go the Speed Freaks route.
Oh man.
Also, guys, if you guys know anyone who's living over in the UK right now, after Monday night with Elston Nation, I believe that they are experiencing a shortage on Night Lord's Blue, Cantor Blue. So, sorry about that, guys.
Oh yeah, that's true because of Elstonation.
Yep.
But although I think all he has to do is kind of shake his beard a little bit, and he can make more. So GW will be purchasing from him. So, it depends how he shakes it though, because if it shakes it to the right, it comes out as contrast. Yes.
This very cool. I love the conversion. Is a Karkadon, the Space Sharks, and the Raven Guard crossover for a chapter master. Looks so cool. Love the fiery color fade on the claws and the spikes.
Mm-hmm.
That's a hell of a conversion. And you'll notice it's in Gravis armor.
Yep.
So that's a pretty pimp chapter master.
And by the guy, I wanted to showcase,
this is an even better shot. God, this looks so good. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, that's fine. Let's just Google this a little bit longer. No, this looks great, dude. But I also, I only showed you guys like 2 of the Thunderwolf Cavalry guys, and I figured, you know what? Derpy Stan needs some love too, so there you go.
Derpy Stan!
Ep! Me get on Wrong Wolf! There you go. There you go. Derpy Stan. We all love him. We don't talk about him.
Fun at the way he paints faces, but he does just fine.
We all love Stan. We put him on a real wolf, and he's like, go run around, Derpy. We're all good. We love him. So, no, it's crazy because all the faces, like the faces from my other 2, came out perfect. They came out great. I even had the eyes and everything. Look amazing. This guy, I just went, ugh. Like, okay, he's a derp. Done. Nope. And he's got this perpetual look, like, oh my God, what is he? I'm gonna get myself in trouble, so I'll just stop right there. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah.
Anyways, it looks fine, especially from tabletop.
That makes Freddie jealous.
All right, is that all of Art of the Week, or we got one?
That's it, my man.
I don't even know what else in here.
That is all of them.
That's all of them?
Yes, sir.
Sweet. Welcome back, babe. All right, so it's almost time for us to go to our news showcase, and we got a lot of Imperial Fist to talk about, and we got about an hour and 15 minutes too. But a couple of things we want to do first. First of all, everybody, please, let's give a round of applause to welcome back Chaplain Ebo.
Woo! Yeah! Yeah! Get it, Chaplain. Get it, Chaplain. So yeah, we're so happy to have Chaplain Emo, by the way. So much so that there is Chaplain Emo. There's no. Yes.
Moist.
When you're going into battle and you don't know how to feel, just count on Chaplain Emo and his joy will make you squeal. So when the world is down, you want to scream up, just listen to the words of Chaplain Emo.
It's so nice to have the Chaplain back. That nice little, dippy little tune. Just love it, man. Love exact your butt off the screen.
I love that theme. You guys know it's going to be a motivated Friday when you hear that theme. And like I told you guys, I've been waiting for this all week because when I get in the stream with you guys, all the stress from the week just melts away. And what's a big part of that is the inspiration I get when Chaplain Emo brings us the good word.
Absolutely.
You know that the Emperor is watching over us.
Right? And sometimes, you know what? We need somebody to help us when we deal with loss. It's just it's part of our life as mortals. You know, we deal with loss, but we need encouragement whenever there is loss. Loss can come in many different forms. So,
You're right.
So let's see what Chaplain Emo. Chaplain, tell us, how should we deal with loss in general?
Men, in the face of great loss, we must endure. We must stay strong. We must not fall apart. I'm not crying. You're crying.
Was he crying? Was he crying?
I mean, when we have a tragic moment of loss, you know, we need to be able to find the will to move on through our chaplain. Anyways, so he's not crying, you're crying. Steve's got your back.
Chaplain Emily.
So, anyways, welcome. Anyways, another round of applause to welcome back Chaplain Emo.
Woo! Yeah.
That's right, Mike. Real men cry. Anyways, so we need to move on to the news. But before we do, it's time to pay some bills. And what we're going to do is, first of all, we're going to shout out Brother Jake over at Chief Live Gaming, our blood law brother, right?
Woo!
And then we definitely want to make sure that we thank our Gray Hunters, Brother Zane and Brother Roxas.
We love you, Gray Hunters. We love you very much.
Gray Hunters.
Oh, yeah.
And
moist.
Finally, we definitely want to give a shout out to Wolfguard, Brother Archer. And guys, something I want to let you all in on is that if you've never checked out our Patreon page, we've got different things that we offer. And at the Wolfguard level, we do a quarterly drawing of someone who's going to win a model painted up by the Frost or the Fists. In this case, we only have one Wolfguard, so by default, Wolfguard Archer is going to receive this quarter's paint job. And he does, one of the things he's working on right now is a Raven Guard army. And, you know, I ordered a while back a whole squad of Raven Guard Dark Furies to use as my conversion pieces for what I call, you know, the All-Father's Ravens. And I made some Wolf Priests and Rune Priests out of those Dark Furies. And I made 4 priests. So I've got 1 left over. So I called him up and I said, brother, I think a Dark Fury would make a badass Smash captain. So that's what we're going to do is we're going to hook him up with a Dark Fury. It's the drawing is for an infantry or equivalent model. And in this case, he's going to get a jump pack model to be his Smash captain. So
nice.
Congrats to Brother Archer. And I am definitely getting to move on that project this week. So that's going to be really cool.
Very nice.
All right, my brother. Now we can start with one of the other articles. You know, do a little foreplay.
Yep.
Or
Yep.
Just want to jump straight to the happy ending.
No, I'm good.
To talk about the fist.
I'm good with that. Let's just go with the others. Sorry, Sorry.
Let's see.
Woo. Let's see.
If Chaplain Emily is thick, then I might be okay with that. Yeah, Tom. Here, emo. Here's a quarter. Call someone who cares. Atomic Dog, you're $1 short these days. Hey, let me live in the '80s. I like it here.
Oh, by the way, I don't think.
YouTube, brother.
I don't think
YouTube.
anybody's noticed this. Those who just joined. By the way, I'm definitely sporting my Imperial Fist garb. For the occasion. Super loving it. Of course, it's
I also
freaking hot.
have my Imperial Fist representation right here. Right there. There's my Imperial Fist
Wow. Wow. Let me see.
courtesy of Edict Beer 40K.
How to mute ethos. Let's see. Pick. Wow. Wow. That was intentional dirtbaggery. Wow.
I know that was a little below the belt. I apologize.
Well, no, dude, it's burning up. I'm burning up here. I'm seriously.
Right
I'm about
before
to
the
take
show
this
started,
stupid
he was
thing
like,
off right
I
now.
have to go put on my my garb for tonight, and he sat down in the hoodie. I'm like, bro, that looks amazing. You're gonna burn the hell up tonight.
I'm burning up right now, dude. I'm serious. I'm like, I probably smell like burnt bacon. Ugh, not feeling it right now. I mean, the temperature was a little cooler, but it got to the 80s today. Now it's about 68 right now, but it's still hot. So I'm about to take this joker off. So, Captain Underpants, Underoos, bro, Underoos. That's 80s. Remember those? Mm-hmm.
I love Underoos. Man, I had a pair of Transformers and Thundercats Underoos. Man, I thought I was the coolest shit back then. Not much has changed in the last 20 years, except my ability to fit into the Underoos. 20 years? I'm being very generous here. 30 years?
Caesar Group. What? Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Gee.
Wow.
Whoa. What the? What?
You're an awful person. What have you started?
One quote from Nacho Libre and then this. Damn.
Too far, freak. Too far.
All right.
Anyways, we're off to the news, guys. YouTube, I do not know these people. Can I not know these people?
Oh my god! All right, that's it. I'm burning
Local
up.
man sells out co-star. And you said that kids should do drugs and drink paint, and then offer the sale of drugs to the kids.
What? What did I say? And you said
kids should do drugs and drink paint, and then you offered the sale of drugs to the kids.
Did I black out during that time?
That's crazy.
What color what color's the van? Because it's white for candy. You know, white for candy. So if we're gonna do this, what color? Okay, all right, let's. All right.
Anyways,
GW News. Here we go. All right, GW News. So the first one, we're gonna go the front line of fear, building a Phobos army. Should we do that?
Awesome.
Yeah, we'll do it now. Bam. Okay.
All right, my brother. I'm gonna let you read that.
Okay.
And I'll be silent for a minute.
Oh no, come back. All right, guys. The frontline fear, building a Phobos army. So the Space Marines Infiltrators and Incursors kit is available for pre-order from tomorrow, meaning that you'll be able to create an entire army clad in Mark the X Phobos armor. Shut up. With a few exceptions, Space Marines aren't known for being sneaky, but what if you wanted to run a quick, hard-hitting, and stealthy Space Marines army? Today, we're going to show you how to make such an army entirely out of units in Phobos armor, which looks so freaking amazing. So here, of course, I show you how to put the list together. 1 captain in Phobos, 1 lieutenant in Phobos, 4 5-man Incursor squad with Haywire Mines, 4 impulsors with Bellicatus missile array, 2 10-man infiltrator squads with infiltrator comm array, 3 5-man Reaver squad with this is a huge list with the grav shoots, and 2 3-man eliminators squad with last fusils, whatever. And here is what the captain in Phobos army looks like. Armor looks like. Looks really freaking crazy, man. By the way, once again, no. That's not what I wanted to do. Go back. I am still, to this day, I can't believe that they have not corrected this. I'm so freaking ticked. Okay. There is the okay, that's a scope, and a scope is still lined up with the iron sights. Where? Anyway, captain is a tremendous force multiplier. His rights of battle rule, which makes nearby units more accurate, is amazing. Give him the target priority warlord trait to provide a nearby Phobos unit with a bonus to hit with ranged weapons. Use his mastercrafted instigator bolt carbine to pick off enemy characters. That's if he can freaking see it. Jeez. Especially psychers, as there isn't any psychic defense in this list. This is true. Now, this is pretty cool. I do like this lieutenant in Phobos armor. That's a really cool sculpt, by the way. It's another HQ option that makes the cut not only because of what he can do on his own, but also his impact on those around him. Whether his tactical precision is increasing the combat efficiency of his brothers, or he's employing terror troops to demoralize the foe. Equip him with the chapter relic, Purgatorus. Give his shooting even more bite. And here goes. And this is the guy with the mines, right? The Haywire Mines, the Incursor squad, and of course the Impulsor with the Bellicatus missile array. So basically, I mean, these are cool. I like them. I love the look of the Phobos armor. I think it looks pretty beefy. It looks like, it's pretty neat. I don't know if I would want to build this particular type of army personally, but I think it's cool. These Reaver squads, I've got some Reavers that I want to put together myself, so I'm really looking forward to those. Here's some heavy support, of course. 2 3-man eliminator squad with the last fusils. Oh, pretty sweet, pretty neat.
You're pretty neat.
What?
Nothing?
Oh. All right, let's go to the next one.
Those eliminators with last fusils look very cool.
Yeah, they do. They look amazing. All right, what else? So the next one. Oh yeah, I'm pretty excited to see this one too. So along with the Imperial Fists, came out the Sons of Vulcan. Really cool.
Yeah, we switch back the camera, man.
I know. I'm switching it now. Yeah. So then
Not just taco.
You have a taco. You have a taco.
You're sticking your face with those. Nothing.
It's a taco. All right. So Sons of Vulcan, definitely.
Before you start, Brian said that, I don't know these people far away. Roxas says, "Get out, freak." I'm a good person. I love YouTube, says Brian. So yeah, he does help us. He helps us run the Orphan Fight Club. He sets up the fights. Mark says, or Archer says, infiltrators with the comms array are super mean. Absolutely. Being able to get that captain and lieutenant buff anywhere on the field is awesome. Mike says, wouldn't Phobos armor actually be Mark 11? Actually, the Phobos armors have been around since the Horus Heresy novels. Some of the White Scars and a lot of the Raven Guard have been known to use them in the Horus Heresy novels. Him and Freak force us to work for them in their Orphan Fight Club. I think you might be correct, Mike. That lieutenant is really cool, but I can paint better than that. All right.
Wow.
Very impressive. Bride can paint better than the GW workshop. Let's get this man hired.
Yes. Do it.
My Raven Guard list is kind of similar, but I use some regular Primaris units to bolster it. I'm thinking about taking a bunch of my Shadow Spear box and taking a lot of the Phobos stuff and just throwing them at my White Scars.
Hmm?
When Freak gets caught up on the chat, he will realize how screwed he is and that his secret organization is out of the open. The only way I would do Marines, all Phobos and Reavers. Pull that curtain back again. What is he eating? I'm eating some tacos. You got to bring enough for everyone, Mythos. Good to see you, Atlas, my man. Oh my God, Freak!
What now?
You with your orphan cage matches.
Oh. That wasn't me. I didn't sign that.
I thought it was Corvus armor for the heresy. Some of them were Corvus armor. Some of those actually say Phobos, though, in some of the Horus Heresy books. Oh my goodness, I'm not even reading that one, Zane. Different for Phobos pattern in Horus Heresy, obviously, because they're not Primaris Marines. But I'm just saying the design is there. Anyways, hey, Mythos, no selective reading chat. You skipped my next response. Man, you made me sound snarky. I'm not even sure which one. Oh. I'm trying to psych myself up to paint the remaining boys.
I got it.
You know, honestly, I just didn't see it. I thought you were being snarky.
Good night. Ugh.
We down with the OFC, you know me. Gosh.
Jeez.
Anyways,
Back to the GW
back
news.
to the news.
All right. All right. So, hot on the heels of yesterday's look at the Imperial Fists, which we will cover here in a little bit. Who are they? Lords of Nocturne are born in fire and forged in battle. They are humanity's finest warriors and artisan craftsmen. As the heirs of the Primarch of Volgan, they are bearers of baleful fire and possess the strength to hammer their adversaries into ruin. Anyway, super freaking cool. They also will be ready on pre-order on the 19th October. Super cool. Tomorrow, by the way, guys, check that out. The supplement for the Salamanders is coming out. Really, really cool. And the artwork looks amazing. Let's take a look at some of the things that he has. So Salamander's Love, a Flamer, and Melt a Weaponry manifests as a new chapter ability, Promethean Cult. Since you can't switch to the Tactical Doctrine until the second turn, you can spend your first making sure that you get into range with your various heat weapons to then absolutely devastate your enemies. Now, that's a good point, that you can't get into your Tactical Doctrine until your second turn. So here's the first one. This is Promethean Cult. Whilst the Tactical Doctrine is active, when resolving an attack made with a flame or melt a weapon by a model with this ability, add 1 to your wound rolls. Wow. So you're doing some additional pounding there with either Flamer or Melta.
Now, y'all correct me if I'm wrong. I ain't trying to be salty, but everybody's getting some very cool doctrine abilities. I'm wondering, are Scars the only army that has to wait till turn 3 to activate their doctrine ability? Seems interesting.
It is kind of interesting, but I mean, of course, they have to wait till turn 2. They can't do it on turn 1.
Right. I'm just saying, a
Sure.
lot of especially we all know Iron Hands is the biggest and most successful Marines expansion so far. And of course, they get to go off of Devastator turn one,
Right.
turn 1, right?
Turn 1, yep.
I'm just like White Scars seem to be the only chapter that has to wait till turn 3 for Assault Doctrine. I mean, everybody's got to wait till turn 3 for Assault Doctrine.
Right.
They're the only ones that have to wait for that turn 3 Assault Doctrine to get their Doctrine ability. It just seems interesting. And since we do have to wait for Assault Doctrine, I'm surprised there wasn't a stratagem or something that lets you speed up the Doctrine by 1, especially since some of the chapters have the ability to rewind a Doctrine, not go forward.
It's possible they may do an errata for that.
Right, Ravens, Devastator out of the gate. Iron Hands, Devastator out of the gate. I think Ultramarines and Salamanders here are both Salamanders are Devastator. Assault, Devastator. No, Tactical. Okay. So yeah, Ultramarines and Salamanders are both a Tactical Doctrine,
Right.
So the Assault Doctrine, like I said, so far it just looks like White Scars are the only ones who have to wait. So now with the White Scars on the channel, we'll be renamed the Khan's Frosty Fists. Don't forget about my AdMech. There's a lot of Imperium here.
Yeah, there is.
And my Assassins and my Knights. Lots of Imperium here.
All right.
Oh, who's weird? I'm an Assassin.
So the fires of Nocturne that burn in the hearts of the commanders of the Salamanders are represented by 6 new warlord traits. If you packed your force with lots of flamer weapons, then you'll want to choose Lord of Fire. Really cool. Here's the doctrine. Lord of Fire, you can re-roll the dice to determine the number of attacks made with flame weapons by friendly Salamanders models whilst their unit is within 6 inches of this warlord. Pretty cool. And of course, fire isn't just an offensive weapon. Thanks to the new Promethean discipline, you can use a fire shield psychic power to protect your own warriors. So a librarian can extend his palm. A great sheet of flame bursts from the librarian's palm. With a sweep of his arms, he creates a towering wall of flame to protect his battle brothers. That's some really cool Dresden crap.
That is really cool.
The fire shield has a warp charge of value of 6. If manifested, select one friendly Salamander's unit within 18 inches of this psyker. Until the start of your next psychic phase, when resolving an attack made with a ranged weapon against a unit, subtract 1 from the hit roll. In addition, when a charge roll is made for a charge that unit is a target of, subtract 1 from the result. So basically, he gets cover, almost like a little cover and little 1 extra inch of distance. So
that's pretty awesome. So
I don't know if it's worth the charge, though.
I'm going to go back to the Lord of Fire warlord trait you were talking about.
Let's go back. Yeah,
that one seems cool. It makes flamers actually. So their tactical doctrine, getting +1 to wound. All of a sudden, I think that makes flame weapons very useful because you're already getting to hit
right
automatically, and getting that +1 to wound. That's huge because like a regular flamer. To me, I never use them because A, they have no AP, but if you're in tactical doctrine, you'll have 1 AP. 2, if it's a heavy flamer, right?
Right.
Then on top of that, they're going to be, re-roll. They're going to get the +1 to wound. It's going to be wounding easily, at least on 3s, if not 2s, right? And then on top of that, you can re-roll that number of hits if it turns out like, oh, I only rolled 1 hit. Boom, re-roll it, free. That's going to be cool. And then this warlord trait really helps that out. This fire shield, what do you think of that, Freak?
I don't know, man. I've got mixed feelings. I mean, I don't know if I would waste a roll to get a 6 just to put a fire shield. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, it's basically you're just getting a 1 for cover. Like if it were cover.
No. Cover is 1 to your save. This is a -1 from the hit roll. And if you think about the statistics, right?
Right.
Before you were hitting me on 3s, now you're only hitting me on 4s.
Right.
You've seen when I do that with my Space Wolves, that can really reduce the number of hits you pull off.
That's true, especially if you're doing 20 or 16 rolls or 18 rolls, right?
Right. So I think that's pretty good. That's a really good psychic power.
Yeah, I guess if it's the math. I mean, if you're doing if you were trying to protect from massive amounts of firepower like bolter powers, then yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, even not massive amounts. Think about your last cannons. Suddenly, you're going to, again, let's take Space Marines for an example. You're going from hitting on 3s, which is, oh my God, what is maths? Guys, I tell you all the time, I'm an Asian who's bad at math. If I knew Roxas was still in the chat, I would ask, what is a 3 up percentage wise? 3 up. 3 out of 6 is 50-50, right? So if you're rolling for a 3 up, 4 up is 50-50. So 3 up would be, wow.
65, 70%?
Yeah, so let's say 65, 70%. You're going from 65, 70 to just 50-50, right? A 50-50 on a las cannon, it might as well be flipping a coin.
That's true.
So you could be protecting, some of your big items. And it just says one friendly salamander unit. It doesn't say infantry unit. It doesn't say
Anybody.
anything specific, right? So let's say you have down, I know you haven't built it yet, but let's say you slap down 400 points for Leviathan Dreadnought, right? Because you want to deal some massive firepower.
Right.
You don't necessarily want your 400 points to be gone just like that, right? So all of a sudden, if I'm shooting las cannons at your great big Leviathan and it's only hitting 50% of the time, I think that's a lot of good protection there.
Oh. I mean, yeah, it just depends on the scenario.
One of the new Raven Guard relics makes it where you only get hit on the roll of a 4+. That's pretty cool. All right, let me go through.
Are you going to read?
Imperials. Brian asks, are any of us dressing up for Halloween? And he asked that cringing because he knows what kind of company he's in. So in good faith, he's asking, is anyone dressing up for Halloween? I'm actually going out with the kids. My wife and I will be dressing up, and actually we're matching the kids. The kids wanted to be 2 characters from one of their favorite shows. My wife and I also have to have picked characters from that show when we dressed up for Akon, so we're all going out in one big family Halloween costume.
All in the same costume, or y'all have separate costumes? Or?
I knew you were going to do that. One theme of costume.
Oh, okay.
I was just like, and Freak's about to, yep, there he goes. I was not stuffing my face again. The taco's been gone for a while. What are you talking about?
He's stuffing his face. He's got a taco right there.
Hey, we already know your measurements. Anyways, Archer, if I actually have time to take my daughter this year, then yes, I will dress up. I know that feeling, man. Trying to get home from work on time to be able to take the kids out can definitely be cutting it close. Sticks and stones.
Oh.
Yeah, once they get in range, those flamers will wreck infantry. Absolutely. And I love that feeling that, they're getting that. I mean, salamanders are known for their flamers, right? And so having better flamers for them just seems awesome.
Yep. They're going to be nasty.
En fuego! We give them too much to read through. I do think that Raven Guard Relic Archer is kind of ridiculous. Asians can't be bad at math. Inquisitorial records say so. I'm not saying Asians are bad at math. Asians are notoriously good at math. I am one of the world's worst Asians at math.
This is true.
Let's see. Let's do some emo jokes. Posted that conversion vid in the chat, Mythos. Sweet. Thank you very much, sir. I will watch it a little later.
Awesome.
All right. Next article, my brother. I guess if you start with the salamanders, we got to hit up the Fisties.
Okay, yeah. So basically, we just wrap this one up. It's the Drake Smiter.
Oh, okay.
Right. So it's the equipped with Thunder Hammer. It's only this relic. It's relic, by the way. Replaces the Thunder Hammer and has the following profile: strength times 2, -4 AP, damage 3, -4 AP. Crazy. When resolving an attack made with this weapon, subtract 1 from the hit roll, and on an unmodified wound roll of 6, add 3 to the damage characteristics of this
You
weapon.
got a hammer that can hit for 6 damage?
6 damage.
Holy crap.
Yeah,
That is a night killer.
Yeah, that is ridiculous, dude. And
That's crazy.
Yep. And then now, of course, you've got the stratagem that you can pay 2 CPs. Use the stratagem in your shooting phase when a salamander's unit from your army is chosen to shoot with you. Until the end of that phase, when a model in that unit shoots with a flame weapon, do not roll to determine the number of attacks made with that weapon. Instead, the maximum number of attacks are made with that weapon. 6 attacks are made with a heavy D6 weapon. So the full amount, you're going to do the maximum amount of damage. If you spend 2 CPs, you will make the full maximum amount of damage that particular weapon makes. That is...
Not maximum number of damage, maximum number of hits.
Of hits, I'm sorry, yeah. That is just wrong. That's just wrong.
That's pretty epic right there.
Yeah, that is...
I mean, and... See, that's another cool thing. See, like when you roll a multi-hit weapon, like a flame weapon,
yeah,
one of the things you really hate is you're like, man, I'm going to get so many hits on these guys. And then you roll the dice and you're like, 1 hit.
Yep.
1 auto hit.
Yep.
So that's pretty epic.
And this is for all
Especially,
of
this would go really well with is that new badass flamer from the new Invictus Warsuit.
Man, this is so cool. So those of you that are into salamanders, you get a really cool champion or captain. It's a Adrax Agatone, and man,
wow,
this guy just, man, I got burnt out painting a ton of salamanders, but I'll be honest with you, man, this guy looks amazing.
TV Littlewood?
Yeah, just a bit, buddy. Just a bit. I mean, this just looks so good. Bloody man, that just...
Brian says, yo, Emo's so fat, he took a picture of Emo last Christmas and it's still printing.
Wow. Yeah.
And Brian also says he loves the paint on the cape. He he can be part of both conversations, apparently.
Oh, hey, he's multitasking.
That's such a cool model.
Yeah, so here's his stats, right? The weapon he has is a Dracus weapon. It's 12 inches, assault D6. Strength 4, -1 AP, 1 damage. When resolving an attack made with this weapon, do not make a hit roll. It automatically scores a hit.
Right? Pretty typical flamer there.
Uh-huh. And of course, the Malleus Noctum, it's a melee weapon. It's time 2 strength. Strength time 2, -3 AP, damage 4. And of course, subtract 1 from the hit roll when resolving an attack made with this weapon. So pretty strong stuff. I wonder what
damage 4 hammer. That's pretty awesome.
I'm curious.
That hammer.
Yeah.
You have that hammer. Him as a special character, and then you have a separate Smash Captain with the damage 6 hammer.
All right.
Oh my man, you are going to be damaging so much armor.
Yeah, you can pretty much take down a knight. Let's see. So as with all Space Marine captains, he has the Rite of Battle aura ability, as well as an additional one called Unto the Anvil, and then combined with the Shock Attack rule, this will mean your salamanders hit harder than a herd of crocs in close combat. So, Unto the Anvil, add 1 to wound rolls for attacks made with melee weapons by models and friendly salamanders units, whilst their unit is within 6 inches of this model, and if that unit made a charge move, was charged on, performed a heroic intervention this turn. And he's also equipped with the Iridian Drake Hide Cloak. You reduce damage characteristics of the weapon used by 1 to a minimum of 1 for that attack.
Wow.
Man, so basically he's invincible.
So if he swings that hammer, even at a knight who could be the toughness 8, right?
Yeah.
Okay, he's already what's his base strength? Go back up a little bit.
Oh, hang on. It doesn't give you the stats for the actual captain.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was looking for.
But still, I mean, let's say even if it's only 4, he's swinging at strength 8, right?
Right.
He's getting to wound, because he's going to be wounding a toughness 8 vehicle if he's only strength 4.
Right.
It would normally be 4, plus he gets the +1 to wound, so 3s, and he's going to be dealing 4 damage a time. He could definitely take out a land raider or a knight pretty easily.
Yeah.
That's going to be pretty awesome.
And he has the survivability.
Look at the picture. He's with aggressors.
Yeah.
He's got his dudes around him, also with the strength 8, also punching away, and they're going to be getting extra easy, making it extra easy to wound as well. Later, Mike, my man.
Later. Yeah, man, he's that's just.
And then you're going to be pinging away damage at him because even damage 3 weapons are going to be doing 2 damage.
Right.
Autocannons are going to be doing only 1 damage. I mean,
Yep.
It's going to be pretty awesome.
Yep. Survivability. That's the game, man.
Zane, that's a maybe. If it's Chaplain Emo, not so much. If it's Chaplain Emily, I'm in.
What am I going into?
Oh well, he's going to be making an emo in leggings and spam it to Brother Brian.
Oh my God.
He asked if I'd be in on wanting to see it.
Take pictures.
Mike is out at an early start tomorrow. He says, "What about you, Freak? Are you in?"
Yeah, bring it.
He may this.
I'll try anything once.
Oh, he may have the stats, but the roll of the bones will tell. You're right. You could have the best stats in the world, and if you roll like Freak, you might still do.
Very much. Yep. Thank you. All right.
All right, Freak. Normally, I do a lot of talking during these news segments. Brother, I may chime in with my opinion here and there, but I know this is your glory. I'm going to let you have all of this.
All right.
All of this news article.
All of this.
Of the Imperial Fist, that is.
All of this. Let's see here. Yep, let's do that. Bring that on. And transition. Here we go. Let me find my stuff.
Where's my paintbrush?
All right, super stoked for this one, guys, because of course, and I've already seen a lot of people talk about it, but honestly, man, this is my opportunity to be able to give honor to Rogel Dorn, our beloved Primarch. Anyway, of course, this talks about who we are. We don't need to know that. We already know who we are. But the cool thing is this. Okay, bro. Don't. Okay? Relax, man. Let me all right. All right, so this one we already knew. The Siege Masters, this is kind of like what they are all about. I love the fact that, of course, they ignore cover. And this is a really cool one. Of course, resolving an attack made with a ranged weapon by a model with this tactic. Target does not receive the benefit of the cover. And if that attack was made with a bolt weapon, an unmodified hit roll of 6 scores additional hits. So basically, bolter drill. Really, really cool. So roll 6, I can re-roll again, more hits, and the hits keep coming. It's freaking sweet. By the way, absolutely love the artwork. Oh my God. So freaking beautimous. All right. And I am going to do my pre-order tomorrow. I'm doing it, man. I am doing it. There's that game store that's not too far from Mythos place, and I'm planning to drive down there and pick that Joker up. Super, super stoked about that. Here's where it gets great, guys. The Legacy of Dorn. Okay, this is, by the way, just a freaking amazing doctrine. It's a Devastator doctrine. Whilst the Devastator doctrine is active when resolving an attack made with a heavy weapon by a model with disability against a vehicle or building unit, add 1 to the damage characteristic of that weapon for that attack.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Y'all get to use it right off the bat.
Quit crying.
And you know, you I'm not crying. I just want to point out the tactics. Okay. You and I have talked about many times, and maybe it's not this way in the top 10%, you know, where they do all their testing and the ITC and stuff like that.
Right.
But us filthy casuals, the game is usually decided by turn 2, maybe turn 3.
But this is interesting, though. This is a Devastator doctrine, not a tactical doctrine.
Exactly. So you start with it.
Yeah, which is really cool. Okay with it.
So that's why I just thought it was really interesting that only one army has to wait all the way till the end of the game.
You're right. I know. I mean, I hear you. I'll be honest with you, though. I mean, this is one of the vanilla, Space Marines that I feel that should have gotten love a long time ago, because I mean they are founding chapter. They're a founding chapter, and it's just, I think they have been pretty much ignored. So I'm pretty happy with this. I'm glad this is happening. I am super
definitely
stoked.
Time to shine. I definitely don't disagree with that at all.
Yeah, I am just beside myself that and this is just a snippet of what we have. And you know what? I told Mythos, I am so surprised nobody put out any leaks. So apparently GW has been very, very tight-lipped with their documentation and all that. Because typically, you know how that goes. They'll put a leak out just to kind of do a little baiting. You know, they get people so excited and they'll do a little leak. You know, they leak it straight from there. That's on purpose. But this, they didn't leak any of this. But overall, I think this is pretty cool. So here is another one. This is called the Annals. The Annals of the Imperial Fists are filled with storied heroes of the chapter who fought in the battle despite suffering terrible wounds. The Indomitable Warlord trait will enable your commander to shrug off even. This is crazy, by the way. This is absolutely insane. So let's say I take Chaplain. I almost said Chaplain Emo. Captain. I'm not taking Chaplain Emo. I can take Lysander, right? Now,
let's not use Lysander as an example, because so far Lysander already comes with the Warlord trait.
Right. But I mean, I'm just saying a captain in general, right? So you can put in a Warlord, give him the Indomitable Warlord trait. Look at this. When resolving an attack made against this Warlord, an unmodified wound roll between 1 and 3 always fail. So you can I'm going to go ahead and wound 3, boom, nope, you fail. About a 1, no, you still fail. 2, irrespective of any abilities that the weapon or the model making that attack may have. So it doesn't matter what kind of weapon you might have. It doesn't matter what kind of ability that model that is attacking the Warlord might have. It doesn't matter. Wound rolls of 1 to 3 will always freaking fail. Holy crap.
This, I think, is an absolutely gross Warlord trait that is going to make... I mean, it's kind of like how I deal with Lysander. I just basically have to outrun Lysander. Yeah. It is a never a sure thing that I'm going to be able to kill Lysander, right? Yeah. And while this may not apply, this may or may not, is still unconfirmed.
Yeah.
It may or may not apply to Lysander. No matter what Warlord he brings, as long as he picks this Warlord trait, it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be damn near impossible to kill his Warlord.
Right.
There's still going to be some things that can do it, but when you're ignoring 50% of all wounds, and then on top of that, let's use a captain, for example. Mm-hmm. They're going to get so you're ignoring 50%. That's a straight up big ass buff right there.
Yep.
That buff has a bigger ass than J-Lo. All right.
Wow.
And on top of that, even if you do wound, he's got a 50% chance with a Storm Shield, or more than 50% chance to ignore the wound with the Storm Shield, right?
Right.
And so no matter what Warlord he's got, if he's equipped properly, it's going to be almost impossible to kill. So what really and almost kind of throws me off about this is, don't get me wrong, I think it's high time that they got some good shit. But what kind of throws me off about this is that if you put your warlord of Space Marine army up against this Imperial Fist warlord, then it doesn't look good, because even if yours is more killy, this one can probably just outlast.
Right. Probably be the only one left on the table.
Wolfwraith is on Twitch. He's got an amazing Twitch channel. Definitely check him out. Good evening, Wolfwraith, my brother.
Hi.
I've seen him both painting up some Blood Raven stuff this week and a really awesome Reaper Bones giant. Fire giant, I want to say. It looked awesome. And he was really doing some high skill level shit on there, like non-metallic metal.
Oh, wow.
Just casually, rocking the really tough skills while sitting and chatting with the group.
All right.
Welcome to the chat, my man.
Moving along, the Geokinesis, help. Kinesis, thank you. That's right, Geokinesis. Ability offers a variety of useful psychic powers, but Rack and Ruin, in particular, is an excellent option for punishing enemy units concealed in cover. Now, okay, I'm not sure why that's even a thing, because Imperial Fists ignore cover, so it kind of doesn't matter. But it says you hit them with this power, then follow up with a volley of Oculus Bolt Carbines with a squad of Incursors for a nasty 1-2 combo. So here's what Rack and Ruin does. Rack and Ruin has a warp charge of 6. If manifested, selecting one building unit within 18 inches of and visible of this psyker, or select one enemy unit that is wholly within or on a terrain feature and is within 18 inches of and visible to the psyker. Roll 9d6, adding 1 to the result in the unit you selected. Good God, this wording is horrible. Roll 9d6, adding 1 to the result if the unit you selected was a building. For each roll of 5 up, that unit suffers 1 mortal wound, which is really cool. So basically, you're bringing the ruin down on him. You're basically bringing the whole building down on the poor guy. So, I mean, I think that's okay. But, I mean, is it worth 1 mortal wound?
I think this is a weird one, because the mortal wounds are cool. Actually, that is self.
It's not a bad, but who brings a building to the fight?
Exactly. Most people just play with ruins, and there are the ones you can pay for, the ones that give you the terrain pieces that you can give you bonuses.
Right.
I can't remember what they're called. Battlements, bastions, something. The terrain that gives you buffs and bonuses and whatnot. You can pay for those, but I mean, how often do you see anybody ever take those? It's like,
yeah.
So where I think you guys got so far the best warlord trait, I think you guys got the least useful psychic power.
Yeah, that's lame. I mean, I'm not gonna blow a 6 warp charge just to I'm gonna trash that building that you're taking with you. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna use smite. Screw that guy. Or what's that one that I used to cover the actual warlord? God, what is that one that's called?
A Might of Heroes.
Might of Heroes. Yeah, I mean, I might as well do that.
Use a regular psyker instead of a Phobos.
Right. Exactly.
Imperial Fist specific one. Yeah.
Now, this, on the other hand, I've got to say, was another huge freaking hit. It's called the Eye of Hypnoth, right? So, it's a relic that you can take. Now, the neat thing about this, I can give my captain this relic. It's the same ability that a lieutenant gets, right? But this, you can put it on any captain. Like, oh my God. Check this out. Imperial Fist models only, baby. When resolving an attack made with a ranged weapon by a model in an Imperial Fist unit that is within 6 inches of a friendly model with this relic, re-roll a wound roll of 1. You can re-roll wound rolls of 1, which is super freaking epic. And now the cool thing about it is you can give this relic, let's say, to the captain, and you can still have your lieutenant running around giving that same ability to another group. It's I don't know about you, man, but
You have a captain giving himself the captain and lieutenant buffs.
right? That is just that's almost broken. I just gotta say, that's pretty borderline broken. I mean that's a lot of beef there. I ain't gonna lie right there. All right. So now for the stratagem. This is called Praetorian's Wrath. Use this by the way, it's 2 CPs. Choose the stratagem at the start of your movement phase if the Devastator Doctrine is active, which of course it should be. Until the start of your next movement phase, when resolving an attack made with a heavy or grenade weapon by an Imperial Fist model from your army on an unmodified wound roll of 6, the armor penetration characteristics of that weapon is improved by an additional 1 or that attack. You can only use the stratagem once per battle. So yeah, you increase your AP by 1 on that.
Which is interesting because like most of your heavy weapons are already going to have ridiculously high AP,
Yeah.
right? And then on top of that, your Devastator Doctrine is going to give you a higher AP.
Right.
And now you've got this stratagem that is also going to give you a higher AP.
Yeah. So basically, you're pushing 6 AP right off the top. Just, okay, instant heal, instant heal.
At a certain point, that becomes redundant. But
Yeah.
actually, if you think about it, it makes your other heavy weapons that you don't normally think of as anti-vehicle weapons,
Right.
all of a sudden they're amazing anti-vehicle weapons.
Right.
Let's take a look at the double assault cannons that come on your flyer or the Land Raider, right?
Right.
All of a sudden, you got 12 shots now that are already -1.
Right.
And your Devastator Doctrine -2.
Yep.
And then your Imperial Fist ability -3.
Yep.
Right? And then you activate Praetorian's Wrath. You have an assault
-4.
cannon that is 12 shots of -4 AP.
-4 AP. Yep.
Isn't that crazy? So you could have something that's considered, anti-infantry weaponry going around and just wrecking the shit out of vehicles.
Yeah. Yeah. It finally turns bolters into vehicle destroyers, which before it used to be, it was just mainly an infantry destructive weapon. So yeah, no,
Keep in mind, most of this is going to affect, your heavy weapons. So you're still kind of looking for your regular bolters aren't going to do it, but like a heavy bolter,
yeah,
all of a sudden, decent anti-vehicle.
Right. Or grenade weapon. I mean, especially like on the aggressors. Aggressors have the those launchers. The grenade launchers. So, I mean,
Man, I just murdered the shit out of these Marines.
What are you doing? I'm not even seeing what you're doing. What are you working on?
Well, this land speeder I bought secondhand.
Yeah.
You know how used models are. Sometimes they are they have less care in them than we would normally take it.
Less hair.
And so there's a lot of gooped glue and paint everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I just decided while the body of the land speeder looks decent, the Marines themselves, the paint was just so thick and caked. So I just took some shears and I cut their heads off because they had no details in their faces left because it was so goopy with paint. And then just now I took the cutters and cut their torsos out too. So now there's only legs left in this land speeder. Again, like I said, sometimes when you have a secondhand model, it just doesn't receive the care you would have given it. All right, so we got Wolf Wraith in the chat, like I mentioned earlier. I'm gonna go back and read some.
Yeah, do it. Let's catch up.
Let's see. Days of old where leaks were common and usually wrong. So much fun then. Oh, Grumpy Guy Gaming.
Hey, I didn't see him,
brother. I'm going to inflated pig bladder to use as a ball. Be right back. What? The show gave me warm fuzzies, but then you introduce emo. Okay. I'm going back a little further. Wait. When I said that I'm the, even though I usually talk a lot during these news segments, Brian goes, "Yes, you do talk, Beatos." Geez. I don't think you are, Brian. I think you're saying that I talk too much.
Triggered.
Zane says, Mythos is the talky one. This is weird. It isn't a salty rant, is it? What is this? Is this a salty rant? This was such a wholesome live stream. You know, kind of very healing, but talking about the character, Archer says still needs to be made into an Iron Warrior. How can this be? Freak is actually talking about something. There's no mention of salt, no mention of abducting orphans or touching himself.
What?
Apparently, there are certain things that Freak is known for on the show. I'm not going to question it. Let's see.
No argument.
Mythos, were you as shocked as us? Grumpy Guy says, morning to all. Good morning, my grumpy brother. Now I feel the cold, lost in a desolate place, says Brian. Morning, Grumpy. Already read Steve's. Skipping over that. Hey, Wolf Wraith just subbed to your channel. Now time to make more vids. Awesome,
Thank
awesome.
you so
Wolf Wraith
much.
does have a great YouTube channel, but he is definitely primarily a Twitch streamer. Thank you guys so much. Too kind, and thank you so much for the sub, Atomic Dog. I was going to say that I think I dropped you a Twitch Prime sub. I know it's not much, but maybe whatever you can get from it can go towards Army Painter Paint or something. Too many numbers, gonna crack. Double checked, and I did. Yeah, leave for a second, and this just blows up. Have a great night, all. Off to get some sleep. Good night, Steve, my brother.
Good night, buddy.
All right, we are knocked out, my brother.
Awesome. Cool.
So, taking a look at everything there is, available for the knowledge on Imperial Fist. How do you feel, Freak?
Honestly, I am really stoked. Look, aside from getting Dorn, I think this is the next best thing. You know, they even give our buddies the Crimson Fist a little love too, so which is awesome. I'm really excited about it. I think what I'm really looking forward to is definitely Johnny Bravo. You know, but you know what though? or Toy Soldier, whatever that movie was. Anyway, but I love that sculpt. I absolutely love it. He's beefy, he's mean, he's badass looking. He just looks so cool, and I definitely want to get him.
Grumpy Guy Gaming, who's already started painting one of these guys,
And I'm jealous.
on the Facebook today. Pretty epic.
Freaking jealous. So there you go. Really looking forward to Torgaradon, yeah. I mean, dude, this guy is just out of control, man. He just is completely out of control. This okay. First of all right. He's already get. All right, let me just read it. As a captain, Torgaradon has the usual abilities of his office. A 4+4 invul save from his Iron Halo, and the ever useful Rites of Battle or ability, which offers a reroll on hits rolled of 1, which is pretty much the same thing that
all captains get. Yeah.
Yeah. He also has a number of other tricks up his power armored sleeve. Pun. First up is his siege captain ability, which nicely complements his backpack mounted grav gun and mighty relic power fist, Hand of Defiance. When it comes to smashing holes in enemy vehicles and buildings, yes, that's a total strength of 12. Oh God, and 6 attacks on the charge against such a target. Strength 12 and 6 freaking attacks on a charge, each of which will be dishing out 4 freaking damage. You add the additional Praetorian's Wrath, you gotta be... Dude, the guy is rolling some serious hits, man. He's going to be...
Yeah. This guy is definitely going to be knocking some heavy units out of the park.
Oh my God.
Sure.
So, and it says, let's see. Yeah. So dishing out 4 damage. All right. So, Siege Captain, right? When resolving an attack made by this model against a vehicle or building unit, add 1 to the damage characteristic of the weapon being used for that attack. So you did get a 1. So instead of 4, you'd be rolling on 5? Or hitting a 5, an additional 1 for the damage. That's 5 damage. That's what I'm seeing. Right? I mean, when resolving an attack made by this model against a vehicle or building unit, add 1 to the damage characteristics of the weapon being used for that attack. Yeah. So that
to the damage characteristic. So
yeah.
What's the damage typically on the weapon?
So basically, it says, let me see here. The Hand of Defiance is the one they're talking about. Okay, so I think they added it to it already here. Right. So the damage is 3, but when resolving an attack made with this weapons, with the Hand of Defiance, you additional 1, which is 4.
Right. So it would be automatically 4.
Automatically
damage.
4 damage. Yeah.
Yeah, like we were talking about with the Salamanders guy. That is automatically just tearing in good chunks of damage.
Yeah.
Against knights, land raiders, whatever.
And look at this. When resolving an attack made with the same weapon, subtract 1 from the hit roll. So, okay. So, if you have the hit on 2, okay, we'll just subtract 1. Holy crap, dude. So, could you imagine what this guy can do to a knight?
I imagine you'd be tearing through it pretty well.
I'd be tearing him like freaking aluminum foil. Look at his grab gun, right?
Literally, like I said, I know you love to do the whole Lysander and his escorts. Can you imagine putting those Terminators with this guy?
Honestly,
with
man.
the buffs he's giving out
and
the damage he's putting out, man, they would just one round
an
Imperial Knight for sure.
Yeah. But you know what, though? As good as the aggressor's fists are, those gauntlets, honestly, man, I think that's the way to go. That's what I'm thinking. It's just a buttload of aggressors surrounding, Torgaradon, and then
the only thing is that as far as protecting the Warlord goes, because talking about the character buff, right?
Sure.
You can't, if there's a closer model, you can't hit the character, right?
Right.
Well, with the only thing is that the aggressors lack that invul save that Terminators get, so they wouldn't do as good of a job as protecting the Warlord.
Yeah.
I mean, I think both have their place. I think both would be really good for this, though.
Let's see here.
All right, so Skarner says, "What's the crack, gents? Good to see you, my brother."
Hey, Skarner.
Brian says, "You ever see the movie Little Giants with Rick Moranis?" I've never seen it, but I bet Freak has. Zane says they were talking about things in the Annals of the Fist chapter. That man definitely looks like he has a fist. Anyways, that game, he says it's a non-GW. Okay, so Freak, you were wondering how Grumpy got the model early. He says it's not actually a GW model. It's a Thingiverse that looks similar to the new model.
Oh, really? So he got it printed. Very nice. Very impressive. I has impressed.
God dang it, Brian. Brian just sent me a message that says, "I just want to hear the ding when this shows up." Thank you.
He's not right. He ain't right.
We did not talk about the Iron Hands nerf only because I had read more of this stuff to prep for the show and didn't quite catch the nerf. Okay.
They're gonna troll me. These guys are retarded.
Goober. Anyway, we did not talk about the nerf yet just because we spent a little more time researching this, and I don't feel qualified enough to talk about the Iron Hands nerf yet. But if anybody wants to mention some of the nerfs here, feel free. I do know, one thing is that the Iron Father's bubble of protection he puts around in that 6-inch bubble has been nerfed to only being able to choose one of the units in that 6-inch bubble every turn to get that invulnerable save. So that's gone from put everything inside the castle to just put the most valuable thing there you want. Which, I mean, seems a little strong, little heavy-handed, like iron heavy-handed. Anyways, seems a little heavy-handed of a nerf, but I mean, I think, and I've seen a lot of people feel the same way. Even though they've received a little bit of a nerf, it still feels like they're going to be the strongest Marines unless something stronger comes out of the Salamanders or Fists book. So we'll see, guys.
It'll be interesting. All right.
You're interesting. Let's see what else.
Yep, see what
Nice Grumpy. Hi, y'all. Just got home. Running Bear. Good to see you, my brother. Even though I was just talking about your question. Good to see you, my man. It's only also the 5 up invulnerable only to infantry. Oh yeah, the 5 up invulnerable save is only to infantry, which makes, and now this part I thought was too much, because you're going to put an Iron Priest or Iron Father or Tech Priest or whatever, you're going to put them with vehicles, right? That makes sense. They're there to take care of the vehicles, but his bubble now is only an invul save to infantry. That seems weird. Like, hey guys, typically you want to put things that make sense thematically together, right? Things that are going to synergize well. So you're putting this guy with the vehicles because he synergizes with vehicles, but also now he's switched over to being good with infantry, and then it's no longer clear what his role is.
Right.
Brian says, go Iron Hands, and he's got the Salt Bay with the salt shaker gift going on. The one you like to throw at me a lot. This man has endured some good old-fashioned... I don't know why I never see the end until I get there. Can't cast the heal vehicle spell on a vehicle that's already been healed. Yep, but that's kind of consistent with a lot of stuff that they've done this edition, is not being able to heal vehicle twice. I kind of expected that one. I mean, I don't think 2d3 is necessarily going to be game breaking, but that nerf is kind of consistent with the way they've been running things.
All right. Now that you sucked about 25% of the paint off of that brush, let's move on to my Imperial.
And I told you before, I don't like to let metallic settle on my brush.
All right. Let's wrap this up. All right. It doesn't end there. This bad boy, right? He gets the Signum Array. Start of shooting phase, you can select one friendly Imperial Fist unit that is within 3 inches of Torgaradon. Models in the selected unit have a ballistic skill characteristics of 2 up until the end of that phase. Okay. Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. Is that infantry or is that everything?
It's anything. It says any unit. Models in a selected unit have a ballistic skill. And you say select one friendly Imperial Fist unit.
So this is really good for a couple of things here. First of all, I think it'd be a great candidate for that Quadra Las Predator that yours that for some reason has trouble hitting anything.
Yep.
That'd be really good for it. But also, if you think about it, also like looking at your Predator or your Land Raider or your Flyer, but you guys can tell when I catch a random comment in the chat. But also what it's going to be good for is those vehicles that get bracketed. One of the strategies I usually have when I deal with a lot of Imperial Fist firepower is I pick something that's going to rake out a lot of damage like his Predator. And then I try my best to bracket it 1 or 2 brackets. And then I'll put my firepower on and try and bracket something else. So that way, I could dedicate everything to try and killing one vehicle and maybe or may not kill it, Or if I try and bracket 2 vehicles, that's 2 firing at me with less efficiency, right? Mm-hmm. But he can say, screw all that noise. This vehicle is going to hit on 2+ now. I don't care about your brackets.
Yeah, man, it's pretty crazy.
That Quadrilas can go back to annihilating stuff. Slurp, slurp, mother trucker. I love removing metallics from my own brush with my tongue. Brian says, brush licking, yucky, yucky. Sounds kind of like the Wiggles. Fruit salad, yummy, yummy. I got kiddos, my man. I know that song. Slurp, slurp, mother trucker.
That's it. That's the Imperial Fist news. And so tomorrow I am going to go get. I'm going to pay for my my pre-order. I can't wait.
What about you guys? Do you guys think the Imperial Fists are going to be any good? Now, one thing I was talking with my buddy, Big Redbeard Boss over at the channel, Redbeard Boss. I was talking with him, and he said that he has a friend at. Well, I probably shouldn't give his source. He has a source that says that with the playtest, it looks like the Iron Hands. The Salamanders and the Fists are going to be even nastier than the Iron Hands. right? Now, for me, I think the Warlord trait for the Fist is especially gross because it seems like it invalidates most other Warlords. If you have a 1v1 Warlord fight, it seems like he's just going to outlast the other Warlord.
Right.
So I think the Warlord trait is gross, but on the other hand, I don't really see anything else in the Imperial Fist Codex. It's just like, oh my god, this is going to be game breaking. It's a little tamer. Like with Iron Hands, it's like, wow, there's a lot of things I think here that are really good. And of course, we're only seeing a snippet. We're seeing one relic,
Right.
one psychic power, one army ability, one special character. We're seeing just a snippet. But so far from just this snippet, I feel like they're going to be good. I don't feel like fists are going to be better than Iron Hands. I definitely don't feel like they're going to be broken. What do you think, Freak? How strong do you feel like this codex is going to be?
I mean, like you mentioned, I don't think it's meant to be absolutely broken. I don't think it's meant to do that. I think it may be comparable to Iron Hands. Maybe. Like you said, though, what we covered could probably be found in 1 or 2 pages of that codex. You know what I mean? So of that supplement. So we won't know until we actually see it.
Yeah, I think that's a valid point. So instead of trying to feel like trying to judge ahead of time whether it's going to be strong or not, you're more of the wait and see mindset. Huh?
Well, the fact that they've done some really good upgrades, just a little bit that they've showed us, I think there's a lot of potential for more. Again, I'm okay with what they gave us just in those 1 or 2 sheets. But damn, if they got anything more than that, holy crap.
I agree. You definitely have some stuff. The only thing is, like, while I think you guys got the strongest Warlord trait, the spell that they decided to show off just seemed like, what?
Yeah, it was pretty lame. That really was. It was weak. That really was weak.
But then the character seems really good. So It's just like, it's a little both ways. It's hard to say because it's like, I've seen some pretty weak stuff here.
Right.
Or not even weak, just extremely situational stuff.
Right.
And don't get me wrong. I mean, almost nobody plays with the structures anymore. But at the same time, it's very thematic, being the Siege Masters,
Right.
I mean, is it going to come in useful? Probably not, but at least it's thematic.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to say, my man.
Yeah, but like I said, I am even okay. Let's just put it this way: even if we don't get anything else, if we get nothing else, what they gave us just in those 4 or 5 updates is fantastic. That's why I'm thinking they may actually be comparable to Iron Hands. I think it's very, very possible. So, I mean, we'll see.
That we will, my brother. That we will. All right. Trying to see if there's anything else we missed.
We've got go
and tell Al to accept my friend request. I'm a good person, lol.
Who's that? Brian? Is he still trolling my freaking messenger? Let's see what the hell he
That's funny.
The guy is.
Let me go back up to our news sections to see if there's anything else I want to cover. We got the new transporter is out. I'm still not sold on it. Is anybody else getting the new transport? I mean, it seems cool, but the fact that it only transports your weaker units seems weird to me.
What do you mean?
Fists. Oh, the fact that you can only transport non Gravis armor units with it. I'm no longer excited about it because I'm just going to be putting my it's only for your weaker units,
Right.
Oh man, the awesome.
Is that who I think it is?
Real master myself, brother Rob.
Brother Rob, hey man.
In the chat, he says, I think the Siege Masters are going to be balanced as all armies should be. I hope it's a new direction that GW will take things moving forward. Let's have a fair play across the board, and Iron Hands should be melted. Has somebody faced some Iron Hands recently? Yeah, they are pretty mean, though. I get the feeling that Salamanders are going to be top tier until they get FAQ'd. Well, I mean, if you look at Iron Hands, though, even after the FAQ, they're still the top of the Space Marines right now.
Yeah, they are. They really are. And they got their own stuff. I mean, I'm telling you, man, I'm pretty stoked with my Imperial Fists. I'm super excited with what they're going to come out with. So
Thomas agrees with Brother Rob. By the way, I want to throw a shout out, guys. Really, like I mentioned earlier in the chat today, phenomenal Thunderwolf Cavalry painting guide and tutorial. Go check out the miniatures paintbrush. I know this is a name I throw out every single week, but again, I really want to refer you guys over to his channel because this is what he used to do before it was all straight vlogs, is tutorials. Has some of the best tutorials, and he's even higher in quality than he used to be. I was watching one today, and again, I'm a little biased because the Thunderwolf Cavalry are my favorite model in all of 40K. But I mean, he did the tutorial on the Thunderwolf Cavalry, and it is super crisp in detail, high def, some really good audio, and I mean, he's got great audio, buttery smooth voice as he's instructing you how to paint this stuff up. And he really brings more than just a miniature painter's perspective, but from an artist's perspective.
Just clean work, man. Just super clean work.
Robert Schmitos will go salty. There's nothing here that's going to make me salty. It's all good.
Not yet. Not yet. Just wait.
Yes, Robert can flat out paint. He can definitely paint, but he can also instruct.
Yeah.
And, not a lot of people can do both. Another great guy who does some great teaching, Grumpy Guy Gaming, taught me how to do my White Scars markings. Says need to go to work here. Have fun, guys. You have a great day at work, my man. Be safe and don't work too hard. I love his intro where he ends with his intro in an old school pose. Yeah, I wanted to mention that. You asked me, I was in the middle of doing some other stuff, but you asked what I like best about your tutorial. Like I said, I love the high def crispness of it. I love your painting method and style. I love that you do the voice overlay so we get some really, really smooth acoustics across the board when you're doing your tutorial. Your ability to teach is phenomenal. But also, I think my favorite thing is your new outro. Man, I love that old school snap, the lights goes out, and you looking around, your studio where you just did the tutorial, snap, lights are out, and that's the end of the show. I love that. Love it, love it, love it. Now he needs to add some 2-foot gold chains. I don't know if you meant 2 foot. You mean 2 foot?
Why 2-foot gold chain?
I think he's talking about the old school pose.
Oh, probably because of I guess about 2 feet. That's from neck down. That'd go all the way down to your belt.
I mean, Brother Rob's a tall guy. It might not.
I mean, what are you referencing as tall? What's tall, Ethos?
Man, I haven't met the man in person. He just looks tall. And dude, also from my height, everybody is tall.
Oh my god.
Yes, I know. Gold necklace. I've just said, 2 inches.
He is a gold chain, yeah. 6'3", he is tall.
Oh, but he's actually, that's hard to believe. From his pictures, I wouldn't have imagined that he's 1 inch shorter than Cloud. Of course, Cloud is a pretty big guy, though.
Yeah. I'm 5'10". That's pretty tall.
Shut up. Nobody asked you. Even though our thumbnails are all like... our thumbnails remind me of the movie posters with the Rock and oh my god, I'm seeing his face and just blanking.
What does he look like?
Yes, Kevin Hart.
No, Brian, I'm not saying I am tall. I'm saying that's average, actually, 5'10". So really considered, referencing
I'm not
5'10"
comfortable
to
with this conversation here.
6'3".
You're just highlighting that, no, I'm normal, which means Mythos is abnormal.
That's 4 additional 4 inches on me, so giggity.
It doesn't even matter, okay?
God, it's just getting stupid.
I'm 5'6", if anyone wants to know. But yes, I look like an Oompa Loompa next to Freak. That's why all of our thumbnails are all thrown off.
Let's just move on. There's a lot of triggering going on.
Hey, wait a minute. I just realized on the cool that I was like, yeah, there's really no reason for me to be salty tonight.
No.
And then I was dragged to that place.
You went into that.
I didn't go into that place, freak. I was dragged.
You were dragged with by your heels. It was.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, Roxas. Ah, the salt. Yeah, you can't beat some salt, man.
I like Running Bear. He says, "Hey, I'm 5'8", and about how tall someone is, it's the width that matters more." I could definitely be girthy. Here comes the salt. It feeds my heels. All right. I'm not going to get super salty right now. But man, this was a lot of uncomfortable conversation. I blame Freak.
Very sad. Very sad. We have sadness. We need healing. Salt brings healing. Salt is necessary.
Is it?
You can't live without salt.
I mean, I find myself going there a lot. Is it necessary?
Salt is so important for your body. It's important for the healing process.
Brother Rob, before you got on the show, I was just talking about how you have some of the best tutorials and instructing style. By contrast, I told them that the saltiest part of my week was that I was filming a tutorial that involved something I was trying. Actually, something I've done a million times. I do this water effect bases for a lot of my HQs and dreadnoughts and things that I really want to pop out and look fancy in my Space Wolves army. I do the snowy rocks on all my Space Wolves, but my HQs and stuff like that, I do like a frosty river effect, right? And so I'm doing a tutorial on this, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do a really good tutorial like Rob. Okay, maybe not that good. But yeah, I'm trying to do a nice, competent, at least tutorial. And I'm doing my resin pour, and my camera starts flashing angry red for an error, and the whole screen, little this viewer screen, just says error. And I'm like, what the hell? And I, almost panically reach for the camera to see, because I'm worried about how much footage I lost. And I reach for the camera real quick and just barely nudge the tripod. The whole top-heavy camera just tilts forward. The camera, I panic again because, my precious camera makes a very loud, heavy crash sound on my desk. And I was afraid that, that the camera was broken. It seemed to record fine now, but I thought the camera might have broken. And then on top of that, the tripod tripped over while it was falling. The base I was doing a resin pour on, it flips over the base. Resin goes everywhere. It breaks the seal that I have surrounding the model to hold the water effect in. So now my desk is flooded with water effect. I was afraid I'd ruin the model that I was working on as a gift for someone. I mean, the salt was intense. There was a lot of swearing. I almost flipped over my work desk. And then, of course, as things tend to happen, and you know what? She was right too, but it definitely did not help my salt level at the time. And then while I'm dealing with all this, my wife gets onto me for my language. My beautiful, lovely, very reasonable wife gets onto me for my language, which I was already mad. Then I just felt mad. I had a very salty experience that night. So definitely I am not the tutorial master that is on the miniatures paintbrush. You can definitely go, if you want very solid, intelligently done, masterfully done, and well-taught tutorials, go check out the miniatures paintbrush, or even on this channel, you can go check out Freak's tutorials.
Wow.
I was quite upset earlier.
Oh my God. So there's a clamoring for...
oh yeah, we haven't done
Chaplain.
Destination yet.
Well, there's a clamoring for Chaplain Emo. I think James Meek did not catch
Emo.
Like we need more emo. That's right. I don't think Meek's got any emo. I think he came in a little later on. I think everybody. I don't think Rob has ever really caught any emo. Has he? Rob, have you had a dose of emo? I don't know. I don't think he has. Rob, can you comment there for me, my man, and let me know that you've ever gotten a dose of healing from Chaplain Emo? Tell us.
Roxa says, I know a way to make Mythos instantly salty, but I will resist. Thank you for resisting, my brother.
Brian's trying to coerce Rob. I never
Rob,
caught. He's never.
Away. I tipped my tripod and it cracked the connection insert. Oh, that sucks, my brother. Man, that's tough. When it rains, it pours. Yep, absolutely.
He's never caught Chaplain Emo live. Okay, well, that being the case, Mythos, you don't have any reservations?
Go right ahead, my brother.
All right, there way.
When you're going into battle and you don't know how to feel, just count on Chaplain Emo and his joy will make you squeal. So when the world is down, you want to scream, just listen to the words of Chaplain Emo.
And so typically, we ask our relax, Brian. This is like medicine, right? It's good for you, even though it doesn't taste good.
Your
right?
love is like medicine.
Yep. So we always ask, this is the moment we ask Chaplain Emo to give us encouragement, to give us, especially, we were talking about loss earlier, right? Loss can come in many ways, right? Loss can be my buddy Atlas, who had a big shelf that fell on top of his minis. That's a loss. I mean, that kind of stuff. So how do we deal with loss? And I think Chaplain has a good word of encouragement for that. So without further ado, Chaplain, how do you handle loss? Tell us.
Men, in the face of great loss, we must endure. We must stay strong. We must not fall apart. I'm not crying, you're crying.
Very interesting.
Indeed.
So, that's our chaplain, guys. The person you can turn to for moral and spiritual support.
And emotional, very, very emotional support.
Very emotional support.
Give me an E. Give me an M. Give me a O. What's that spell? Depression.
All right. Hey, brother Thomas just gave TMP a sub. Awesome.
Awesome, man.
Let that wisdom flow.
And look, and see what he does. Brother Meeks is now feeling better. He has that healing. Oh, here you go.
Rob himself is also healed.
And Inquisitor Zane is now feeling all hot and moist. You are welcome. Else the nation, my man.
All right, and before we end the show, we also have to share with you our 100% true Elstonation fact.
Yes. Mythos, I think you should, because you're the one who found this. You actually were talking with some of our
researchers.
Our researchers, yeah.
So, Elstonation fact number 22. Our researchers, scientists, and historians have all come together and discovered a long-lost artifact. This pict is from a time where Elstonation actually had long hair. Now let's take a look at this ancient relic and see a picture of an Elstonation past.
Here it is, guys. Holy crap. I was wondering where I had seen him before, and man, there he is.
I'm told that this might even be before the refounding of the Imperium.
Wow. 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 Again, wow. You've seen it right here. How many of our amazing how many of them have really gave up their lives getting this information? You know,
That's true. That's true.
I mean that's just incredible.
So that, guys, is 100% true. Elstonation fact number 22. Join us next week when we uncover with our team of researchers, scientists, and historians.
The ones that are left, because they're dying off every time.
Right. We're having to constantly recruit more because many of them give up their lives to bring us this valuable information.
Yep. Okay.
And next week, we'll bring you 100% true Elstonation fact number 23.
23, man. So excited.
Obviously, Brian. Yes, Elstonation, He-Man.
He-Man. By the power
He-Man,
of Grayskull.
Freak Man. I am boyishly young. And
What are you saying, Mythos? What are you implying? That
well, if I have boyish charms, and I mean, you're older than that,
Wow. By the power of Grayskull, I can brush lick.
I have the paintbrush. By the way, you can tell for authenticity's sake that actually is Elstonation because that is a broken toed paintbrush he's wielding, a brand that Elstonation is famous for wielding.
That's true. That's true. So true.
That is identification verification right there.
Well, it was 11:19, my man.
Yes, sir. Any closing thoughts before we end the chat with these?
I cannot wait to get my, my supplement, dude. I'm gonna go pick it up. Well, I'm gonna order it tomorrow. So.
Yep. So I am really stoked. You're getting your pre-order on.
Yep.
Which means next week you got to come pick it up.
Yep.
And Freak and I were talking about maybe getting their game on while he's here in town.
Yeah, man. I'm so excited. Can't wait, dude. I'm, and you know what? I said I'm gonna wait till the supplement comes out before I spring for my my new codex. And this is it, man. I'm super happy with it.
Again, big shout out to the newlywed little sister to the group, Stemony. That's so impressive. Gorgeous looking wedding attire. I'm just really hope that she and her husband Sonny have a phenomenal time together, and that they have much happiness and long lasting life.
Indeed.
Also, again, super thrilled. Tomorrow is my BB's birthday, my babyest, Arwen.
I can't wait. Looking forward to that.
Little princess. She's turning 9, unfortunately. I'm trying to convince her.
Gosh,
Hey, Daddy said you're turning 8 again.
dude,
Yeah,
9?
of course, what Daddy says.
Man, you got to clamp them down. I'm telling you. Mine are up and married and stuff. Golly.
Why, thank you, Brian. Yes, I am handsome. You meet those, anyways. I'm actually not going to read that one. Freak. When you were like, Mythos, are you saying that I think X-Gear Commander finished the sentence that you're the old bag of bones? Right? Hurry, end this misery. Also, what Zane said, Thomas says that's a typo. He meant small ramen.
I believe that.
This is such a wholesome show, or this was such a wholesome show.
Was.
I'm not sure when we went that far off the rails.
I think from the very beginning.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It was about orphans.
Oh my gosh. Zane agrees this show is very wholesome. Come again next time.
Yep. We always G here, man.
You guys rock. Take care, chatters. Oh, you too, Zane. Take it easy. Good to see you. Running Bear says, so I am blocked, lol. Does my text not show on their live chat? I saw that. Did I not catch something else?
Which one?
Getting your 44 revolver out for Chaplain Emo. Seems you have another fan. I'm telling you, when we start releasing Frosted Fist t-shirts, we're gonna have to get Chaplain Nemo his own t-shirt.
We are going to have to give him his own T-shirt. Chaplain Nemo to the rescue.
Yep.
We'll have something quotes for him, you know.
Happy to hang out tonight with you guys.
Thanks
One of
for
these
coming around,
days,
man.
we need to get together and play a game. Man, that would be epic, my brother.
would
I
be
would
amazing.
love to have a game with you.
Yeah, that would be super, super awesome, man.
My little one will be 18 next month. Oh, man. See, we need to find a way to stop that process.
It's the water. You can't stop it.
Thank you all so much for joining us. Big thanks to everyone who showed up tonight and anyone watching in the archives. Inquisitor Zane, Brother Roxas, Brother Running Bear, Brother Meeks, Brother Rob from the TMP. Thomas,
we
of course,
thank you
Arthur,
and we're sorry. Just to
Huh?
cover them. I said we're thank you and we are sorry to cover that
Right.
basis. So
X-Gear Commander, of course, Brother Meeks. I think I already got him.
did we get held child?
Yep, we got Hell Child. Of course, Grumpy Guy Gaming. Another big shout out. Of course, Skarner was here in the chat. Apologize again, sir. I know things get crazy in here. Wolf Wraith, my brother. I apologize again. Wolf Wraith, huge Twitch streamer, guys. Check him out. He's got an awesome and very successful Twitch show. You know, I don't remember seeing Dave tonight. That's unfortunate. Dave's a good guy. Brother Mike.
If anyone wants to join Freaks Orphan Fighting Ring, contact me, says Zane. We have drinks.
Brother Rob says, I'll pick up a Chaplain Emo shirt. Thank you very much. We're definitely going to have to do one.
Wow, there's a lot of requests for Chaplain.
Too, actually. Yeah, we definitely got to look into that. We have drinks and betting. Archer and I bet Zane would too. I'd legit buy a Chaplain Emo shirt. We're going to have to get a Chaplain Emo shirt.
We'll have to do that. I'll have to check to see what we can price on them.
Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. If you liked tonight's episode, then grab a Panox and smash that like button.
Do it.
In the name of the Emperor. If you're watching from the archives, drop us some comments down below. I mean, that's asking a lot of you at this point for tonight's show. But feel free to be part of any of these ridiculous or crazy conversations, even the ones that go all the way to the left. Borderlands 2? Borderlands 2? I love Borderlands 2. I haven't played 3 yet. I hear it's a bit glitchy, but I'm definitely want to check it out.
I'm big Borderlands too. I'm PC though.
Oh my god. After Zane says,
I'm
hope fun
PC,
Frosted
PS2,
Fist Orphan
PS3.
Fight Nights. God. Well, I mean, that kind of makes this next part uncomfortable, but feel free to check out our Patreon. You know, if you want to check us out, see if anything there interests you. We offer different tiers and stuff like that. Congrats to Archer, who is the Wolf Guard.
Congratulations, brother.
By the default one.
Definitely
The
earned it.
third quarter model this quarter.
Yeah.
So we will be hooking him up with a Raven Guard Smash Captain. So that's going to be pretty awesome. And of course, if you guys are not yet subscribed to the ridiculousness here on this channel,
Save
or
yourself.
the Miniatures Paintbrush, that's another fellow Wolf brother over there, then we would love to have you as part of the pack here on the Frost and Fist. Until next time, guys.
Dave Frosty.